So please listen to the message that I sent. Don't ever talk to a girl who says she just has a friend, has a friend, has a friend, has a friend.
All right, here we go.
Can't even hear it.
All right, guys, that's
All
the cold
right.
open. Welcome to another Swamp Creatures episode. I don't know what episode we're on. What is this? Episode 104, something. I don't know. It's it's a Josh show. Whatever.
It's
It's a
a
Josh show.
420. That's what show it is.
There we
Josh,
go. Here.
take it all over. It's your show. You've
Uh,
made the notes. I'm going to be working in the background, get these screen shares going. So take it over, bud.
all right. What's up, boys? How we doing tonight here? Welcome to another episode of Swamp Creatures Podcast. We don't know what episode it is. Who fucking cares? We're going to keep it moving anyway. Get the show rolling here. Want to start off with the tradition. 2 drink minimum for all the hosts. Mitch, we'll start with you. What you drinking tonight?
I got a Coke and a little nice vape here.
Sativa or indica?
Sativa.
All right. We won't lose you later on in the evening. Rob, what we drinking tonight?
I'm drinking a little bit of this, one of my favorite vodka, the Purity vodka, and a little ginger ale.
Ooh, saucy.
Yep,
And then
little cup right here.
I'm back with the king of beers, Budweiser, not the light where it makes you gay, just the regular stuff that gives some hair on your chest.
Does the light make you gay? Is that confirmed?
I mean, look at what it did to Dylan Mahoney.
That's true. Is that what happened?
They
to
put
him?
chemicals in the Bud Light.
They're
It
putting-
made the fucking trannies trans.
All right, so big story, first story tonight. I guess we'll cut the music for this because this is serious.
Yeah, this is serious, guys. We gotta cut the music like all in. We gotta all in. We gotta focus here for a minute.
It's a very serious news program.
Come on, chat.
Very serious. Trump assassination 2, Electric Boogaloo. Horrible. Look at what happened to my man out there on September 15th. Had a guy come out, shooting at him on his golf course out here in West Palm. Wild stuff. How do we get number 2 Electric Boogaloo?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing the same people who are like, this is fake. They're saying that this is fake again. Like the first time it was fake, now they're saying this is fake again. Like plenty of people are shooting guns in Florida. They're blaming Florida. They're gonna blame.
They're blaming the state.
Yeah, they're blaming the state of Florida. They're like, people shoot guns in Florida, and they do, and we do.
We do, but
still.
I mean, like Mitch, you've shot some guns in your time. Rob, you've shot some guns in your time, I'm sure. Like, when have you guys ever shot a gun on a golf course?
Also, Mar-a-Lago. Like,
Yeah,
Trump's
that's
golf
pretty-
course.
Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, when do you like?
This
when
isn't
do you
exactly 8 Mile Road outside.
No, this isn't like we're not in Miami. We're not in Fort Lauderdale. This isn't the hood. This is Mar-a-Lago. This is West Palm Beach. This is beautiful white sand brilliance. What is going on? How do we get to this point in American society where we have presidents almost getting offed at a luxury golf course that they own and live on?
I mean,
Go
I
ahead,
think
Mitch.
a lot of it has to do with the crazy rhetoric from what you see from a lot of the blue and on Democrat types. You know what I mean? Like it seems like you really get a lot of craziness from that perspective. And fuck if I know, man. It also, I think I shared a lot of stuff with us in the episode content as well. This guy seems to have a very odd history with his political allegiances.
Oh yeah, and I mean, there's some of the links in the show notes there talking about it there. And
There we go.
Hey, there,
Right on cue.
Now I want to pause here for a second. I want us to look at this picture. Tell me this doesn't look like somebody who spent a lot of time in like special forces and got out, and the CIA loved to keep him around. I'm just saying. Just speculating. Just speculation. But
Yeah, he's volunteering. So it said up here he's volunteering for the Taiwan Foreign Legion as an International Volunteer Center coordinator. So that
exists?
does sound like something that a CIA agent would do. I'm just
like
saying.
real men joined the French Foreign Legion. I'm just saying. This is not a real man here.
But then it's like, why, if you're pro? I mean, maybe Ukraine, like maybe the Ukraine thing drives it more because I feel like Trump would still go to war with China. I feel like he still would. I mean, he's not going to. I don't think he will unprovoked. But I think provoked, like if they try to invade Taiwan, I think Trump would fully try to defend Taiwan.
The thing is, I've met a lot of these blue and on Democrat types, and they seem to think that Donald Trump isn't tough on China. He's all talk and no bite, just from some of the ones that I've talked to anyway. I'm not sure if that's everyone.
All I'm saying, guys, is that if I was part of the Taiwanese Foreign Legion, I would probably have a vested interest in not seeing America go to war with China. I'm just saying.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently Charles Essner is saying that this guy has a 200 plus page book. So a manifesto, maybe we might get some insight from there. So that's homework for us to just check out a summary of his book or something like that. That's good. Good to know he's leaving behind breadcrumbs. Welcome to the show, Charles.
Well, I wonder what the sales are looking like on Amazon right now for that book.
It's probably not even on Amazon. It's probably, maybe it is. I don't know.
It's probably like a PDF or some shit. I'm just fucking around.
No, let's find out, boys.
Yeah, let's find out.
I'm on the case here, but what else can we find out about Ryan Routh that we don't already know?
He was in an Azov battalion video, apparently.
Oh, really?
In a BlackRock video, this guy's popping up all over the place.
Oh, he was in a BlackRock one too?
Yeah, and that's what people are saying. It's like he's in a BlackRock video. The other kid was in a BlackRock video. Just so happened to be, what's going. It's just further proof that this world is a simulation. To me, to be honest. Let's see. I'm trying to look for the book, so I'm looking for the book.
I got it. It's on here. Kindle the app does not support purchasing of this content there. You can download a sample.
Oh, are they throttling his book now? Are they already throttling his book as to not see?
Yeah, the Kindle edition you can no longer download, it looks like here, but the title of the book was called Ukraine's Unwinnable War: The Fatal Flaw of Democracy, World Abandonment, and the Global Citizen, Taiwan, Afghanistan, North Korea, and the End of Humanity.
It's too long of a title. He didn't run that through a
Yeah, he really should have. He probably could have thought of a better name than that. Like that's more like, I don't know. That feels like that should be somewhere in the foreword.
It's like a dissertation.
Yeah.
Really?
That might have been, but it is a 200-page book. Like, this thing is, that's it.
Ukraine's Unwinnable War, Ryan Routh. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's Ukraine's.
I gotta say, awful cover.
Yeah, this is
wow.
This is pretty much a dissertation.
I can't even read that second, the bottom there.
Let's see. This guy looks batshit crazy for sure.
He's like a Ukrainian nationalist joker.
Send all military to
Azov. There it is.
There it
He's
is,
a Nazi.
folks. He is a Nazi.
Battalion.
Wow, I never thought that the lefties and the Nazis would work to get. Wait, never mind.
Oh, let's listen. It's a minute 48. Y'all want to listen to this?
Oh, it's a minute 48 of my time well spent. Let's go.
Oh, I can't hear it.
I thought this might have been in his home or something like that.
No, he's
what
in the
are you
fucking
doing
Ukraine.
here? What are you doing here?
fucking Boris and Natasha are like, where is Bull and Squirrel?
You guys can't hear it at all. Can you hear
Yeah,
it?
I can't
I
hear it
need
either.
Moose and Squirrel. We're Moose and Squirrel. I need to find them now.
It's not going out to the stream. What are we talking
What?
about here?
Yeah, it's not going out to me either.
Let me see. Let me try to.
Wow.
Let me share. Let me share it as
Oh
well.
man, y'all are. If y'all can see me still, y'all are missing out. This shit is like.
I want to know what he said.
All right, we'll start it. We'll start over. All right,
Oh yeah, start it over. Got it.
I'm with the stream on this one.
chat. Let us know. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I'm not even hearing it. So.
Well, why didn't you let me know 18 seconds ago, Mitch?
Oh no, I was waiting. You said chat, so I was waiting for Barfo.
Well, you also. Nope.
Oh,
Mouth moving, no sound. That's weird. I don't understand that at all.
I'm hearing it. Yeah, that's weird.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's weird Mitch isn't hearing. Okay, well, we'll go back to the next picture or something. He looks happy. He looks happy. You know, he looks like he's okay with what he did.
Yeah, he's like, I'm fine with this. This is okay. This is all okay. I all planned for this. I knew this was coming.
He's about to get Jack Rubied.
So he was charged with federal gun crimes on Monday. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's his book.
So you think the prisoner exchange will be as bad as with the one with Oswald?
No. I don't. I think this guy is just gonna. This guy might have been like a lone act. Like he might be CIA, but then he might just be a lone actor because he just seems insane. Asset. He seems like fucking.
Well,
crazy.
Could be an asset.
He could be, and that brings us to a good point there. If you check out the link from Breaking 911 under conspiracy in the show notes here, the sheriff from Martin County actually discussed how he's concerned that this could be a big conspiracy, and that if the guy is a lone gunman, then great, it's all good. But if he's not, then this is a big problem, and this takes a very ominous turn with things.
Was that which one was that? Because I pulled up the show notes. I don't. You got it under assassin profile, breaking story, DeSantis versus feds.
No, underneath that where it says conspiracy.
Conspiracy. Oh, okay. So we're just gonna hop around on show notes. We're not gonna go in order. That's cool. All right, that's fine.
Well, I mean, it was relevant.
Can you hear that now, Mitch? How about y'all, chat?
Can you hear it, Mitch?
Hell no.
What?
Hell no? What are you talking about?
I can't hear it.
Oh no, we're gonna have a problem tonight.
We're not gonna have any problem.
Can we summon Tim?
No, it's gonna be okay.
Rob's like, I got this.
Will everything be all right in the end?
I don't know why it's doing this. Let's see. We're gonna share screen. Breaking 911. Also share tab audio is turned on. Been turned on. Maybe we'll do window and to share audio, share a tab or screen instead. That's what I did the first fucking time. All right, whatever. Here we go.
Let's try this again.
Try it again.
Mitch?
Negative.
Do we hear? Negative?
I'm doing it right. I've done this before.
Oh, the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Welcome to our cyberpunk dystopia.
Yep. Anyway, so Will Snyder, sheriff of Martin County, came out and essentially was saying that, he doesn't understand how somebody who's not from Florida, has no ties to Florida, no roots in Florida, came to Florida, snuck onto this luxury golf course, and was able to get off rounds at our former president of the United States.
I figured it out.
Oh, we figured it out? Okay, let's see if we got it. Mitch,
about
let me
2
know.
miles.
Yeah, we got it.
Woo, let's go.
In
Here
play,
we go.
so we could surround that vehicle and force it to a stop.
How was he driving when your deputy saw him?
How was he driving when we saw him? He was smart. He was just driving with the flow of traffic. Yeah, I think that he may have thought he got away with it. Of course, he couldn't have known that there was a witness who really did the right thing, took a picture of him, took a picture of the tag, and he may have thought he got away with it. Of course, he couldn't have known that there was a witness who really did the right thing, took a picture of him, took a picture of the tag, and he was just going to drive himself back to wherever he came from.
Did he have any, to your knowledge, any ties to Martin County or the Treasure Coast?
Yeah, to my knowledge, does he have any ties to Martin County? I think the answer, to my knowledge, the answer is no, I have no knowledge. I think what we're finding out, he's not from this area, which of course raises the bigger question is, how does a guy from not here get all the way to Trump International, realize that the president, former president of the United States, is golfing and is able to get a rifle in that vicinity? I think that's the question the FBI, the Secret Service are laser focused on today. Is this guy part of a conspiracy? Is he a lone gunman? If he's a lone gunman, President Trump is that much safer because we have him. But if he's part of a conspiracy, then this whole thing really takes on a very ominous tone.
Sure.
Wow. Wow. There is a 3-day waiting period if you want to purchase a gun here in Florida. I mean, unless you just found someone who was like, I mean, I know people have this idea of Florida where it's like you just kind of walk around and you can get a gun on a corner, but that's really not how it works here.
Depends on what corner you're at.
Okay. Yeah.
It seems like in
come on
Polk
down to
County.
Miami, bro. I can show you several corners you can get guns at, bro. What are you talking about?
Well, this guy must have known.
Playing devil's advocate here, he used an SKS, and that's like a cheap ass gun. So like, he could have just
maybe he brought it from somewhere.
Yeah,
maybe he
like
brought
that's
it with him.
that's not like that's kind of honestly. I'm
he,
surprised he had a fucking SKS
he
because that's like
flew.
a novelty gun.
I don't know how far you guys went into his background, but you know he was from North Carolina. He spent some time in Ukraine. He was
Yeah, we were
living in
talking about
Hawaii.
Azov.
Yeah. So he's got connections. He's been around. You know.
Hey,
he's not a Florida boy.
boys, just guess what else is in North Carolina? Fort Bragg. You know what's in Fort Bragg? SOCOM Command. I'm just saying. I was just saying from the get-go. I'm not trying to say
they
that.
got
I'm
one-
just saying.
they got
So
one
do
there
you
at
think
McDill,
he's
don't
going to
they?
be a loose end that'll be dealt with quickly?
Oh, he'll be dead. I'd be surprised if he isn't unalived in like a week or.
That's why I'm saying like Jack Ruby, man.
Yeah, if it is a conspiracy,
Oswald.
if it is a
He's gonna get
conspiracy,
oofed.
yeah, I could see that happening because like if it's a Ukraine tied to Ukraine, there's people going, we need money from them to continue this war. Trump gets in. He said he's ending the war. There's a vested interest in that already. So
Yeah.
if that's one of his main concerns, I could see him having ties back to Ukraine.
I'm still shocked that the sheriff was like, this is going to be a conspiracy. Like, said the way quiet part super out loud. For the
Bro, he didn't even try to make it quiet. He just straight up like...
He was just like, fuck your narrative. This is a conspiracy against the former president of the United States. Like, how does a man with no ties to Martin County or the local regional area get down here, get on Trump International Golf Course, know that the president or the former president is playing golf at the time, and happen to have a firearm just handy for the occasion?
Oh,
I'm
would
just
you look
saying.
at that? Would you look at that? I just happen to have my SKS on me.
Coincidentally.
There was definitely some planning involved, but the interviews that I've seen of him, this guy's a true believer. Like, he's not just, thanks for making me huge. He's a true believer. He's
I'll
not
always
just,
make you huge, Tim. Always, baby, always.
Brady, you got competition here.
Oh, God damn it. Here, how's it? Yeah, wait, get
can't
ready.
beat
Is your
Pegasus.
soundboard ready?
Soundboard's ready.
I don't know. Rob could probably beat Pegasus.
Who said politics isn't fun?
No, but he's a true believer. I mean, even if he is an asset, he'll take that to the grave with him. Maybe they get rid of him just in case, but I could see him being like, yeah, so what? Like,
Well,
so
that's
whatever.
the thing with an asset. An asset isn't exactly, it isn't someone who's directly affiliated with that organization. It's someone who is outside that organization but still serves that interest.
Thanks, Merriam-Webster. All right, this is the
I'm gonna go.
Zero Hedge article.
Damn. My whole heart hurts for you, Mitch. I'm sorry. That was rough.
Josh, this is the Zero Hedge article. Oh man, and Mitch, you know more about the Azov brigade, so you can break your thesaurus out and tell us what's going on with this.
Oh man, if you scroll down, we just got some more images here of him in Ukraine.
Okay, so we're just not gonna read. That's fine. That's okay.
I mean, like
was elected
this
to
is a
lead,
Josh
not to
episode.
read.
This is a Josh episode.
We are reading.
Yeah,
As
Josh
just
read.
said, I was elected to lead, not to read.
Yeah, Josh, did you just send me articles and read the headlines and not read the articles? Is that what?
No, I read the articles too, but I mean, the headlines and the pictures are what make everything. No, our fucking viewers reading the articles. We're gonna fucking here. Let me slow down.
Well, that's what we're. That's what we're.
Hey,
Normally,
in
I
the
read
chat,
the articles
y'all
when
are
it's
done
one of
this
my
paragraph,
episodes.
Let me know so we can scroll up for you.
Well, could you kindly explain what's going on in this article that you shared in your
Okay.
show notes?
Let us know what
So-
Tyler Durden wants us to know.
What Tyler Durden wants us to know is that Ryan over here was a member of the Azov Battalion, which, for those of you who don't know, is the far right-wing Nazi elements of the Ukrainian military that is fighting Russia. So, when you hear about Putin saying that there's Nazis in Ukraine, while, it may be a little bit overblown, there are legitimately neo-Nazis in Ukraine, and they are the Azov Battalion. And for some interesting reason, the left has decided to work with the Nationalist Socialist Party, that has ties to anti-Semitism, racism, white supremacy, all the things the left supposedly
Trying to
hates.
eradicate the Poles.
So this guy is
Poles are
willing
horrible
to.
people.
It says fight
Hey, come
and
on,
die in
Josh.
Ukraine.
Come on, Josh. We're the white Negroes of Europe. Come on, man.
Well, he wanted to fight, and they told him he was too old.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird because
yeah.
they're stealing people out of their homes and their.
Well, that's
Now-
probably
and
why
shit.
he went to Azov, is because
Now-
Ukrainian Foreign Legion said fuck off.
Yeah, that
He
says
was,
2022.
he was there. He was there. Yes, he was there a couple years ago. Now maybe. Now they'd be like, "Hell yeah, brother, come on."
Yeah.
He's like, "I got some domestic work I need to take care of first."
Yeah.
Send him to the autistic
He's like,
regiment.
I got a job in the public sector over in the United States. I'm fine now.
So here's another reason why our CIA conspiracy is getting even bigger. In a telephone interview with New York Times in 2023, how many volunteers just have connections with the New York fucking Times, dude? He was in Washington, spoke with the self-assuredness of a seasoned diplomat. Oh, see, this guy.
This is starting to remind me of the Vegas shooter, where
when
there's
a-
just a lot of weird red flags.
Oh, we got tons of answers about that. That's cool.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Well, eventually, we'll get to the bottom of this, I'm sure.
The only difference between the Vegas shooter and Ryan over here is that Ryan is, as far as we're aware right now, still breathing, which may or may not change over the next couple of hours. Who knows?
Here's a tweet from Sean Davis
Watch
here.
that happen right after this episode airs.
Maybe.
I mean, it's airing now, maybe. Let's keep an eye on the news, boys. But what's this say here? There needs to be full investigation of all the Washington officials and reporters the second would-be Trump assassin has interacted with over the last 4 years, including Malcolm Nance, the entire Vindman clan, and everyone associated with the Helsinki Commission. Well then,
The what now?
the Helsinki Commission. If you didn't know what that is, Helsinki is in Finland, I think.
I can't
quote
read
me
this
on that.
shit. So goddamn small.
Oh, here.
God damn it.
Would you like me to fix that for you?
There you go. Help an old man out.
I can't read.
The Helsinki Commission.
Okay. Yeah. So what's the point? He's got connections.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
connections.
He's got friends on the other side.
In the interview, Mr. Rouse said he was in Washington to meet with U.S. Commission on Security and Cooperation in Europe, known as the Helsinki Commission, for 2 hours. Who the fuck gets a 2-hour meeting with a federal fucking commission?
A Fed.
Ryan does.
Yeah,
yeah,
a Fed.
the Fed asset, obviously.
To
duh.
help push for more support for Ukraine. The commission is led by members of Congress and staffed by congressional aides. Aides.
He got
It is
AIDS.
influential
He got
on
AIDS. Political AIDS.
is influential on matters of democracy and security, drink, and has been vocal in supporting Ukraine. Mr. Routh
Oh, is
also
there
said
drinking
he's
rules?
seeking recruits for Ukraine from among Afghan soldiers who had fled the Taliban. This dude's recruiting people from Afghanistan. He's a Fed. He's recruiting people from Afghanistan to fight in Ukraine. This guy.
To be fair, he was recruiting people from all over the world. If you listen to his interview, he said that he wanted thousands of people from thousands. I think he said thousands of countries, which would be dumb. But point is, he wanted. It wasn't just Afghanistan. Those are just the people willing to fight.
You're gonna have Trump say the same thing you said. He was actually giving a rally in Michigan. We should have streamed the rally live. I didn't know about
the
that.
rallies are boring.
But
Yeah, it's just Trump.
he's probably gonna say that this guy was recruiting people. Thousands of countries. I heard a bunch of countries he got people from. A lot of ties with other people. I'm not saying it was ties with CIA. It might be ties with CIA.
If he says
Boy.
it, we'll get to it.
I just have a question.
A question.
What's worse, regular AIDS or congressional AIDS?
Oh,
Ooh.
Regular AIDS.
yeah.
That one
Probably.
Well, they'll both
Okay.
kill you, but it seems like the regular AIDS
Are we
will
talking
probably
about
kill you
full-blown
quicker.
AIDS or just the
I'm
HIV
talking-
virus?
Full-blown congressional AIDS versus full-blown regular AIDS.
Oof. Man.
Well, full-blown.
I'm gonna go with
congressional
full-blown AIDS. Yeah.
Here's the
Yeah.
No, I think
Full-blown
congressional AIDS might be
gets you
like.
Monica Lewinsky.
I think that might also be like
exactly.
Magic Johnson.
What?
Magic Johnson AIDS.
What?
Magic Johnson AIDS.
That's what I'm
in
saying. The
your room.
HIV virus.
All right. Video,
So-
go.
Yeah, here's the video, the BlackRock video that the second Trump shooter was in, allegedly.
That's
of
right.
the action is to appeal to what leaders, what organization. Post of the action
Yeah.
is to appeal to what leaders.
Where's he at?
There.
That's him.
There he is. There he
Blam.
is.
That's him.
Yeah.
Damn, he looks, dude, he looks pissed and sad and troubled, honestly.
He looks like every protester at Occupy Wall Street.
Uh-huh.
I knew those people. You're right.
So, this is from the chief Trumpster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
Propaganda-
posted a bunch of-
Propaganda. Oh, this is propaganda video for Azov. So this is not the black.
Did you get the
BlackRock
clip of
video.
him with Gideon?
One.
With
I
who?
saw he was in the
Oh,
Gideon.
come on, dude, you got to get that video. Hold on, I'll find it.
Two.
I'll tell you. Whereas the other shooter didn't really have much of a digital footprint, or at least under his real name, this one is all over the internet.
Well, people seem to be learning their lesson, and they're like, grabbing that shit right away. And they're like archiving it and making sure it can't be deleted because Twitter did remove it and Facebook and everybody else took down all of his socials. The problem was people found it before they did. And so all that stuff was saved.
So here's the Gideon video of this guy. He was like trying to recruit people just like he does.
Yep.
Well, the Ukrainians have a right to
So his
fight
name's
back.
Gideon.
I don't do paper though.
I don't
Yeah.
care if you do paper or not. I'm looking for revolutionaries.
I-
Whatever people want to take this whole system down.
Bro, I'm a
Take the whole system down.
Is this the
Whole
long
system.
one? Because it seems short, but keep going.
This is 35
This
seconds.
guy already seems like such a fucking
Dude,
bad.
Gideon
oh my
trolls the shit out of him like 3 times. Like, I'll see if you catch the reference, but yeah, go.
veteran. Like, do you need me?
He's like
What kind of
glowing.
veteran are you?
Bro, I served in Nuketown.
Well, I think it's better to serve and fighting the powers, fucking over the system.
Bro, give me a Glock and a Hellcat.
Take a look at this.
Bro, but I don't do paper though. I just told
Come
you
on,
that.
dude, then get away. We don't need people who aren't serious. If you're not
I'm
serious,
serious, but I don't do paper, bro. You're literally
Don't
killing
do
the
paper.
environment.
we're moving on. You go ahead, have your lunch.
No, bro, I'm going to class.
Go to
I'm a
class,
scholar.
then. Go to class.
I'm a scholar.
The Ukrainians have-
Was that it? Was that the whole video you saw? That was the whole video I saw.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That is the important part. Yeah.
Let's see.
What'd you serve?
does-
Nuketown.
Oh, he texted
I know, that
him.
was great.
That was awesome.
Let me zoom in here for you guys.
Man, it was another war that I served in a different theater.
It ain't letting me.
In Blood Gulch.
Right here.
Yeah.
We're like 90% sure. Gideon, you remember him. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, that's him. Okay, we're going with it. Damn. So they're basically confirming. I don't know. Gideon's fucking hilarious. It's insane. All right.
So are they going to do a sequel to that video?
Well, he's gonna
Probably
go. He's
not.
gonna go try to interview him in prison.
That's what I'm saying is like try to go interview him in prison for the love of God, man.
So this is what he said. So this is about that time. I guess this is what he was doing in D.C. and Kiev to provide soldiers for the war effort. This dude just
Whoa! Go back.
don't care too much about Ukraine.
In DC and Kiev too.
Box, Honolulu.
Yeah, because he was living in Hawaii when he went to Ukraine.
Oh, where another bunch of military bases are, where a lot of military people live.
Mhm.
Man, it's crazy. It's almost like he's a spec ops guy who the CIA really wanted to keep around because he was really good at what he did.
Bro is a walking Fed post. Yeah,
He really is.
Yeah, he really is. Like, bro, he's a walking fucking.
This is like
he's
that
making
man
glows. Holy shit.
He's making Ray Epps seem like such a normal dude.
Holy shit! I got glow sticks that aren't as bright as this motherfucker.
Like, goddamn.
That pitch definitely stands out at the rave.
Here's a few more of his tweets. I'm here in Kiev and want to use Independence Park to create a tent city of all the foreigners here and support to get thousands of more foreign civilians to come and support Ukraine. Please call me. Looks like a foreign number or WhatsApp number. We can raise great support and equipment. So this guy's got all sorts of connections for equipment. This is going to be underground, like government ties. And then also, like, why are you going to hold people in a park like that? Like, have you seen Russian missiles? They do a pretty good job of fucking people up.
You don't say.
Fed.
Eat.
Krakow.
Point them out.
I'm willing to fly to Krakow and go to the border of Ukraine to volunteer and fight and die. Will I be able to cross the border to fight without a visa? Every citizen around the globe should be running to Ukraine to fight. Can I be the example? We must win. What is why must we win so bad?
What does winning even look like?
I don't know, but if I'm going to die for a word, I know what my word is.
Don't say pussy. Don't say pussy.
Poontang.
Okay. God damn it. Whose poon would you die for?
All of them.
Oh my god.
Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis.
Really, Mila Kunis? That's
yeah, you might want to be careful with that.
You want to fuck Meg?
No, you want to be careful with that, dude.
Shut up, Meg.
Her and Ashley have some conspiracies around underage children, so you might want to watch out.
No! Don't ruin this. Don't ruin this, Tim.
How
I'm just
dare
telling
you?
you.
Man,
I'm
that's
just telling you.
up.
Look it up.
Nope, that's fucked. I can't believe you would do that to me.
Oh,
I don't.
You.
The sadness is real.
I don't believe you, and I will never believe you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure. And all the celebrities and the politicians are shape-shifting reptilians that worship Satan.
Okay, Miriam.
I'm not going to say you're right or wrong. I'm just going to say, look at what's going on.
All right.
If it wasn't like that, would it look any different?
There you go. He said the line. Yep.
All right. So to wrap up Trump assassination 2 Electric Boogaloo.
It's 36 minutes. Go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, do we think? Oh wait, there is one more. This is the Ron DeSantis one. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, but if it's true, it's probably the most base thing Ron's done in a long time, if ever.
Oh shit.
I got you.
Oh shit. Get it, Tim. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis refuses to hand Trump shooting suspect Ryan Roth over to the feds. Roth was arrested by local Florida PD while fleeing on I-95.
This is true, by the way.
Well, let's read the context here too. Afterwards.
Well, Josh was in the middle of reading. And you kind of just interrupted him. So, Josh, if you could continue reading, that'd be cool.
Yeah, the FBI has demanded custody of him, but DeSantis refused, saying the Florida will conduct its own investigation. The readers and the context, fucking community notes here. The Martin County Sheriff confirmed that Roth was arrested by deputies and subsequently turned over to the FBI. He is currently being housed in Palm Beach County Jail. DeSantis promised Florida will conduct its own investigation, not that it will interfere with the FBI.
So, turned him over to the FBI, but said, we're going to hold him, though.
I'm just saying there. That seems like some interesting mental gymnastics community notes right there. Like, Ron DeSantis told the feds that he didn't fuck off, but we're going to hold him. But you can investigate, but we're going to do it too.
Yeah. Here, check this out.
No sound.
No sound.
We're going to be doing a state level investigation. I understand that the feds are involved, but we do believe that there were multiple violations of state law. We also believe that there's a need to make sure that the truth about all this comes out in a way, that's credible. I mean, I look at the federal government with all due respect to them. Those same agencies that are prosecuting Trump in that jurisdiction are now going to be investigating this. I just think that may not be the best thing for this country. Nevertheless, they have their prerogative, but we have our prerogative. And so
Based Ron DeSantis is best Ron DeSantis. Where's this motherfucker been the last 6-7 years of my life?
we'll be making an announcement
put their
further
white
along
fucking
those.
waiter boots on today.
Hold on, I want to get him to finish what he wanted to say, but it buffered out for me.
He did put his big boots on today. That's for
Wow,
sure.
he put his
But
big
yeah.
boy boots on. He
But
wore
yeah,
the
yeah,
high-heeled
you get the
sneakers.
point. You get the point. Yeah.
He ain't DeSanctimonious at all anymore.
Nah,
Oh yeah, no.
He said the feds are trash. We're going to do our own investigation because we know they're going to fuck it up anyway. They're the same people who fucking prosecuting Trump. We're going to investigate somebody killing him. Sounds like a conspiracy to me.
Well, okay, he says that, right? But how much of this do you think is legit? Do you think DeSantis first? Do you think he wants to get to the bottom of it? And two, do you think he's going to? And then three, if he does, will he release that info?
Yes, and yes. Yes, he absolutely can. Yes, absolutely.
No.
You got to think. Yeah, what? You're retarded.
All right, so we'll I don't remember what my
I'm going
three.
yes
I don't.
across the board. I have explanations for
all right,
everything.
go
ahead. Hit me with it.
No, go ahead,
Why-
because yeah.
Is he going to actually investigate it? Absolutely. He's going to definitely want to be the one to say somebody was fucking around and found out. Number two, is he going to pursue it? Absolutely. He wants to make himself look good. Number three, why does he want to do it? Because he's going to run for president in 2028 again. Exactly. Hey, I was the guy who prosecuted the fucking Trump assassin, threw his ass in jail and fucking offed his ass. Of course DeSantis wants to do this. It's fucking politically smart. And it gets him the 3 M's. Money, members, and motherfucking media. That's all that matters.
That was
in
5
politics.
M's.
Members, models, media. He's going to get all three. In this case, the members are going to be new donors who are going to come to him. Because guess what? Trump only gets one more term if he wins. After that, somebody's got to take over. Who inherits the MAGA kingdom?
That same reasoning, yes, I think he investigates. Does he find anything? Depends on how good they covered their tracks and what they give him access to. Does he release the information? For the same reason that you're saying that he will do it, I'm saying he probably won't do it because Trump only has 4 years. And it doesn't matter if he wins or not. But Ron DeSantis, I don't believe he's a true believer in the things he says. I think that he's just fucking using the rhetoric and saying the things that he think is going to serve him better. And the strategic move, if that's your end goal, if your end goal is power and not necessarily your ideas, then the strategic move there would be to investigate, to say you found a lot of stuff, to maybe blame the feds for blocking you so that you can't get the full story or the full picture. And then when it comes time to release the information, you can kind of use that as a scapegoat. But in reality, you might know this, but you're not going to tell everybody because you don't want them to do the same things they're doing to Trump, to DeSantis. He wants to be in the seat of power. He wants to be the president. And to have the least resistance possible, you don't release the full information. If you do release information, it's redacted.
That's where I'm at with that's where I'm at. I'm not retarded, Josh. I'm with you up until the point where Tim said that's where he's hopping off the train. DeSantis is still an establishment guy.
I think so.
He is. He's not an outsider. And even he does things for his
There's no
benefit.
room left for establishment fucking people in the GOP.
There's so many. There's still so many.
But if you can con the people into believing that you are a fighter, even though you're really not.
That's why I think he has no choice but to release it. If not, he's going to spend 4 years getting dogged by Trump the entire way.
I said, all he has to do is say the feds blocked me, the feds blocked me, the feds blocked me. And that's going to be good enough.
Power, he's going to show that the feds didn't block him and he's going to look stupid. That's what I'm saying. He's playing a dangerous game right now because if Trump wins, he can absolutely fuck Ron DeSantis so hard.
Yeah, he's gonna be his dictator. Yeah.
I got.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
seriously,
I don't.
though, there is
I-
a benefit, though. Just there's this benefit from him doing this because he burned a lot of bridges with the MAGA type people in his run.
Right.
So this does kind of help him rebuild some of those bridges.
Well, you saw everybody's like reaction when this happened. Like, oh shit, that's surprising. That's a good thing.
Yeah,
But like I
yeah.
said, all he has to say is they're not cooperating, basically. And if he says that, that's his out. And now he doesn't have to release anything. We'll see. We'll see. I'm telling you, he's going to say that.
Either way, we'll be here for whenever the story is updated.
Whenever the next update comes, we'll be here for it. I'm excited.
I'm with Toothless here. There's always more room for grifters in the GOP.
Ain't no lies about that. No lies attested. All right. So,
Rob's got something. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So the Boogaloo's over, boys, but we're on to the next tragedy, which is the economy's fucking trash here. So last week earlier this week, it was announced that there was 75,000 job cuts across the United States, almost 76,000, 193% higher than in July.
Mm-hmm.
Though it was just 1% higher than the same month in 2023, it is the highest number dating back to in August, going back to 2009. For those of you who weren't there in 2009, let me tell you what, I was, and the economy was about as shitty as it could be for my lifetime.
All I know is George Bush paid my deposit on my first apartment. Because during that time, you remember they gave out all those checks. They gave out they gave out it was like $600 or something, and I needed that for my deposit.
Oh,
what a fucking
beautiful.
Socialist!
He was, dude. I'm telling you, this is real.
That was where I realized that the fucking GOP was fucking a goddamn lie when it came to small government or lower taxes. When I heard they were not the party of capitalism when they were talking about too big to fail and bailing out the banks. So, I mean, reality is that there's been a ton recently of companies, big major corporate companies announcing layoffs. I think it was like Microsoft announced like 20,000 globally. Amazon announced like 9,000.
Well, Josh, and I both work for pretty big corporations. I mean, I think I see it where I work. There's a lot of you don't see it. I see it. There's a lot of people going under.
Let me ask you this: is your company private or public?
Public.
I'm private. There's why.
Okay, maybe yeah.
I see. That's the beauty of private companies is that we don't have to answer the shareholders and worry about stock dividends. I just have to make a couple people in a very particular family happy constantly, and I get to keep going on doing whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
So I mean, they are. They're calling the herd.
There definitely are. There's a lot of waste at a lot of these big companies, and they're definitely they're downsizing. They're cutting back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I've been enjoying, like, Amazon announced today they're going back to 5-day a week, like, in office, like, work, and, like, everybody's losing their shit. Google is, like, laying people off and announcing going back to, like, 5-day work weeks in office. Like, the whole pandemic scam for at work at home is going away, and I'm fucking enjoying every minute of it.
Mm-hmm. I got you, by the way, Barfo, on that thing about Kaufman. We'll get there, I'm sure. But no, you know what's kind of crazy? Sort of like government, like everybody wants to point at the problems in the economy, but they never point at the government. Everybody wants to point at all the problems in these big companies, but they never point at the HR department. You want to talk about a big fucking waste of time, dude?
That is a good point, man. HR is the worst.
Like, I'll give credit where credit's due. My HR is pretty cool, like,
because it's private.
Yeah, exactly. I work for a private company. I love it. But like, I've worked for public companies. HR, like, I tell my own employees constantly, like, even with our HR, I'm like, they're cool and all that, but like, guys, HR is not your friend. HR is there to protect the company from lawsuits. If they think you're going to be a problem, they're going to get rid of you as quickly as they can to make sure you are not a problem anymore.
Yep, 100%.
And those are the best people, the problem people. Those are the people that listen to this podcast for sure.
Hi, I'm the problem people.
Yeah, so
we are the Swampcast.
I mean, I think also just with all the money from the CARES Act that was spent on these big corporations, right?
Mhm.
That shit, they overinflated these companies. They were like, okay, we have all this
No.
money, we're gonna pay all these people, and that's another thing. These companies should be downsizing. They shouldn't get bailed out. No company should be too big to fail. No company is too big to fail. The government just makes them that way, and that's why we're fucked.
Yeah.
That's why we're fucked.
This is where we realize we are not a democracy, boys and girls, and that's why I say fuck democracy. We are an oligarchy, and the corporations run us.
And that brings us unusual whales. By the way, great. You know,
Awesome follow.
they're the
Awesome
people.
follow.
They're the people
Oh, yeah.
that started doing the okay. Nancy Pelosi is following this stock, so we're gonna just tell you what stocks they're following, and then you go invest in their stocks. So yeah,
I highly recommend Unusual Whales. Probably one of the best resources for market news, money, like any business. Like without cuts all the fluff and all the lefty gay bullshit and gets straight to the point. Which, to a really awesome point, Red Lobster has exited bankruptcy, and now so Endless Shrimp is back, boys. Are we ready?
I'm so ready. I actually I cried. I cried just thinking about never having those biscuits again.
See,
Rob,
I'm with,
you and I
we're
are the
all
same.
there. We're
Yeah,
all
I'm
there.
not
we
gonna
all want
lie.
the biscuits, man.
I only brought this up because they're an Orlando-based company, so I thought that was like relevant to Florida. But like,
Listen, the seafood there is meh, but the bread, they got the bread.
Cheddar Bay biscuits.
It's the bread.
Give me them Cheddar Bay biscuits, boys. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm
And
here
they
for
do sell them
everything.
at the store in a mix, and you can make them yourself, but it's not the same.
It's never the same.
It's not
Never the same. You got to go there. Got it.
It's like oven pizza, man. It's just not the same.
If anyone's too big to fail, maybe it's Red Lobster. Maybe we should have gave them more money.
Can
maybe,
we
maybe
buy
we
Red
should've kept those
Lobster?
biscuits.
You can't.
No,
Mm.
LR Investor Holdings LLC just completed their acquisition of them. But like, this is where like I like to explain to people with like economics and money is that bankruptcy isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, it is a bad thing. Don't get me wrong.
What?
Like,
Trump filed bankruptcy like 17 times, and look how poor he is.
and this is where I go back to with people who actually understand economics and understand how the real world and money works, knows that while bankruptcy is never a great thing to do, it's absolutely like a business, like an actual tactical strategic business move that you can do. And shit, like people use, hey, it works for people. They do it. And I mean, for big corporations like this, restructure their debt, get out of a lot of other shit that they couldn't deal with. Like, what would be better for the economy? Having them file for bankruptcy and restructure and pay back their lenders to the best of their ability, or to go completely under and all the lenders get fucked along the way too.
Yeah.
It depends on which party you donate to.
I'm trying to see what other companies RL Investor Holdings owns. So RL Investor Holdings LLC is a subsidiary of Fortress Investment Group, which is a private equity firm. Fortress has a history of acquiring and restructuring companies, including restaurants, through its subsidiaries. For example, SPB Hospitality.
See, they know, because like
they know what they're doing. Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is you guys are taking it serious. They know what they're doing. The bread there is fire because most restaurants go under in the first couple of years, but they know. They said there's something in this fucking bread, dude. This is where it's at. We gotta save it.
God bless RL Investor Holdings.
But does this mean that the food's gonna get better?
Can we just give them a free sponsorship of the show?
I'm just saying the
Red
Endless
Lobster,
Shrimp
I think we've done fine.
No, I'm talking about RL Investor Holdings LLC.
They don't give a fuck about us.
Come on, let's give some love to them. They're saving Red Lobster.
I mean, if they want to come, acquire our show for some equity in their firm, I mean, I'll be fine with that.
I'll shill out in an instant.
Yeah, I'll like RL Investors Holdings LLC, ladies and gentlemen, for all your investing needs. RL Investor Holdings LLC. See, I could do this plug all day.
And now they have biscuits.
Now with biscuits.
boys. Y'all gonna love their biscuit. Watch this. You're gonna love the biscuit.
You're gonna love the biscuits. All right, next one we got. I think.
You want me to do it?
No, I got it.
Oh, okay.
Do we got it? Do we got it?
I don't know what he's doing.
He took
I'm anticipating.
Glittering and?
Took my
Glittering
thing off.
AM.
There you go.
I got you. Don't worry.
Smoking the reefer.
Of course, the guy who tried to kill Trump is an unhinged Ukraine supporter and actually went there after offering to fight
No,
and die for
no,
Ukraine.
no.
I read the tweet that was on the image.
It's
Yeah,
this.
I read
It's
it
supposed to be
too.
this one. It's supposed to be this one.
Announced
one we
job
already-
cuts.
What the hell?
We
Josh?
already did that.
Oh, Rob.
This is different than.
I know I know where you're going, but it ain't here.
That's
Yeah.
oh. So your first link and your third link are the same in the show notes. That's what's going on right now.
Josh takes bad notes. Okay.
I did take. You know,
You're not
right.
supposed to take the notes on the rolling paper. You can't do that.
Sorry,
It doesn't work out.
I did too many drugs before I did the show notes. That's on me. I'm
So
sorry.
I think your other one's supposed to be Congress asks Powell to cut rates.
Right.
That's what
Oh,
the
yeah.
first one was supposed to be.
He doesn't even
Yep.
remember. Yes, that's
No,
it.
I have to look at the notes here. Look, I've been drinking. We've been doing,
Yeah, you're
some
good,
other
you're good.
things. Like, it happens. But yeah, so the Congress actually sent a memo to Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve. I don't want to say begging, but begging would be a great term to use. Essentially,
Yeah.
asking him to cut base rates by 75 points. When
They asked for 75.
75, like unfathomable inflation is is onward, boys. Like, we're about to go way down the spiral of
And
economics.
for like some perspective here, like the common consensus right now is that they're going to drop rates by 25 basis points right now. They think 50 is going to be a stretch. They think
50
like
is
it's
like 50
they're
is
like
like a hope and a prayer right now. They're begging.
yeah,
for
so
50.
75 like
Congress just came out and said we're going all in 75. Fuck 'em.
listen, you think like these Republicans out here give a fuck about fiscal responsibility or any of that fucking shit? Hell no. They just asked to lower the interest rate on the national debt, meaning the amount of money that they're able to print. They want to triple that reduction on that interest.
Oh my God.
Let's see what people are saying. Do U.S. senators realize the Federal Reserve is not a federal organization? Our government has no power.
They don't give a fuck.
I know, that's why they're
Doesn't matter.
begging them to
They
do
don't.
it.
They don't give a shit.
How about 1% call it a deal? Yeah. The Fed is an independent institution.
That boy don't know what he wants.
Yeah.
Forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do.
Oh man, dude, this is gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad. Like,
This is
look,
bad.
if you want to know, I mean, a lot of the people that watch
gift
a lot of the
says it all.
that was.
Wait, what was the gift? I
Scroll
didn't see
back
it.
up.
I was
Scroll
pouring
back
my
Go
up.
drink.
back up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's
that's
guy,
about it.
Fuck, that's so accurate. It hurts my.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Get back.
Mental illness. Oh, dude, this guy's getting a follow instantly. I hope he sees this.
Transvisibility. Let's go. No, I mean, like the people that regularly watch the show. I mean, you guys already know this, but for those people that don't, that maybe have wandered in here and want to just see this part of the story. Look, I mean, the proper thing here, if inflation is 6%, those interest rates need to be at 7% to knock that inflation down. What are the interest rates right now? Like barely 1% or something? What would a negative 75 basis points do? Would that knock us to 0? Would we be Japan?
Almost.
Because if you haven't been paying attention, Japan's currency just had another crisis because they've been at 0 for like the last 20 years.
Well,
This
I
is
mean,
not good.
We've been at 0 since the fucking recession in like 2009. So I mean,
And
no wonder we got.
And the reason they want these lower interest rates is so that they can borrow more money. Because the thing is, they'll never go to 10% interest rates. That'll never happen. Because the moment that happens, all of the debt that we have, the U.S. debt clock, that big scary number that keeps going up and up and up, if you tack on even 3% interest to that fucking thing, we cannot afford to pay that amount of debt, that interest on that debt. Forget the debt and forget the unfunded liabilities, but just the interest on the national debt. We couldn't afford to pay that. How do you pay that? You pay that with taxes. So the government, they have two choices. They can either inflate your currency and tax you by stealth, or they can raise your taxes and pay for the debt. That national debt clock right there, that's not even the unfunded liabilities. That's the 35 billion or whatever it is right now.
Trillion with a T.
Trillion. I'm sorry. Yeah. You're right.
Trillion with a T, like Timmy.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Who do we owe this money to anyway?
The fairy fucking godmother. Like Timmy and the fairy fucking godparents. That's who we owe it to.
Well, Yeah, that's like what the MMTs will tell you is that like you owe it to yourself, so it doesn't really matter. It's not really important. But I saw there was an explanation. At first, I thought it was stupid, but I guess if you like learn a lot about economics, it sounds like a stupid explanation, but it's actually pretty smart for people who don't know a lot about economics. But money is just an exchange for your time and energy, right? So when the government deflates your time and energy, your money, they're deflating the value of your time and energy. And so all of the time and energy that the U.S. produces, which is backed up by guns and all this kind of bullshit, but the military industrial complex backs it up. That's why we go invade all these other countries. But our money, every time we devalue our dollar, we're devaluing. Are you putting us to sleep? Well, I heard
that wasn't me. I didn't do that.
I heard a lullaby. I
think Josh has to take his birth control. I think that's what that
Goddamn right. I don't want to get nobody pregnant. That's stupid.
The point is, like, no, we don't owe the money to anyone because we print our own currency. But one day there will be a reckoning where people will no longer accept the US dollar as a valued currency, and they're going to look elsewhere, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's gold, or whatever the fuck they end up doing. They're going to look to other places as more stable stores of value. And once the dollar is determined to not be that store of value, all that money comes back. And the inflation you think you're dealing with now ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get fucked.
Yeah, we are going to get fucked. And
because we don't produce anything. We just create. How stupid is this? We're playing Monopoly and I just print out pieces of paper and I'm just like, hey, like, oh, that costs $5. Okay. I'm going to print $5,000 and buy all of them. And you get this worthless piece of paper that I just fucking printed. That's what we're doing to the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. And they accept it because we'll kill them if they don't.
Mm-hmm. We need to start a college for Austrian economics and independent thinkers. We need to educate the population because everyone talks about Keynesian economics. That's what we learn in school. Just simple supply and demand.
Now they talk about MMT. They're just like, fuck it. They're just like, what I know Mitch was just asking the question, rhetorically or whatever, but they or whoever asked it, like, who do we owe this money to? But yeah, I mean, the MMTers are asking that question and the answer is we owe it to ourselves. The real answer is the rest of the world is going to come to collect one day, and they're going to say your money ain't no good here. Mm-hmm. Go get your fucking computer somewhere else.
Yeah, and it's just like in 1971 or 72 when we got off the gold standard, all the countries came to collect their gold, and we were like, oh, whoops, we actually don't have all the gold. But wait, listen, we got this new thing. Saudi Arabia says they'll give us their oil, so we're going to tie it to the dollar now, so we have the petrodollar. But as of last year, we're off the petrodollar, so our money isn't tied to anything anymore, unless
that was last year. I feel like it hasn't been tied to that forever.
No, I think it was maybe last year. Is it? A couple years ago.
Maybe you know something I don't know, but isn't the petrodollar just the backing of the military?
You could say that.
That's basically
no, because the deal in 71.
My point is, it's not really based on the commodity of oil. It's based on the faith and credit, as they so diplomatically call it, of the United States. Well, the faith and credit that our fucking tanks will blow your ass up.
I mean, the U.S. does have a lot of oil itself, but the deal
the dollar is the petrodollar.
Yeah. The dollar is the petro. I mean, the deal was made with Saudi Arabia though, and they have significantly more oil and oil reserves than the U.S. does. So that's why it was backed by oil. Now, I mean, but Saudi Arabia ended that deal. I mean, I'll look it up. I'll look it up. It's fine.
I'm just saying. I think we have a lot more oil than we care to talk about in Alaska.
We do, but we have a bunch of these retarded environmentalists.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why we do the petrodollar, because we just don't want to touch our own shit yet.
Because you heard, Gideon was half kidding, but there's a bunch of his audience that probably believe that shit. Like, I don't do paper because I'm an environmentalist. I don't care about your revolution. That was a joke from him, but there's a lot of people that take that shit serious. And so like, we have the ability to be energy independent. We're just not allowed to be because it hurts the environment.
And even a lot of the times does it.
Well, ask them about nuclear. Then you'll find out how real environmentalists are.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
Nuclear.
Nuclear?
Nuclear.
The more you say it, the harder it is to say.
Nuclear.
Nuclear.
So I have not seen this video before, but this is
What?
kind of
What?
This is pretty new. This is pretty new news. It's new news,
Okay, hit it.
not fake news. We'll see.
Blow it, make it
The
full screen.
decades-long petrodollar agreement between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia has come to an end. This major shift could reshape the global
Would.
oil market and challenge the U.S. dollar's
Speak
dominance.
English.
This next report explores
No,
the
that's
details, what it means
precisely
for the
why I
future
read.
of international trade and the rising trend of de-dollarization. Take a look.
I don't know. I kind of like the accent.
I love it.
In a move shaking the global financial landscape, Saudi Arabia has ended its historic agreement with the United States to exclusively sell oil in
There's
U.S.
my
dollars.
outfit for the next LNC.
Dollar deal.
So that was the deal. They exclusively sold the oil in U.S. dollars.
That was some of the big deals.
Yeah. That's all. Hey, I'm for it. You know, I become more and more accelerationist as I get older. It's just like, I want this movie to end already. Like, let's get it over with. This is an accelerationist move. Being able to sell to sell oil in other currencies, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, if they didn't buy so many goddamn missiles, we might invade them.
Established in 1974, has been a cornerstone of
74.
American economic power. Now,
But we got off the gold standard in 71, right?
What a coinky dink.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia is free to sell oil in various currencies, potentially
go.
weakening the dollar's dominance in international trade. This shift coincides with the growing influence of the BRICS group, which
You're wrong,
includes
dude.
major
You're
economies
wrong.
like China,
there's BRICS.
India, and now Saudi Arabia itself. BRICS nations are pushing for greater use of local currencies in international transactions, further challenging the dollar's traditional role. The recent wave of geopolitical tensions, particularly the war in Ukraine and sanctions on Russia, has fueled
Blah, blah, fucking blah, dude.
Why so many people care about this
I
shithole
don't know.
country?
She sounds so hot, though. Let her keep talking.
Oh, you want to? Oh, I ended it too late.
Yeah, he
Sorry.
killed her.
Okay.
He killed her.
It's
She's
okay.
dead now.
Yeah, no, but that's what
Allah
I,
Akbar.
that's what I was talking. That's what I was talking about. I think it's good. I think I'm with Tim on this one. I think the accelerationism is good of it because then it allows us to see without military intervention, without printing all this money, like
Without a thumb
what
on
it-
the scale, who's
yeah.
really in charge?
yeah, what's really going on, and like let these currencies compete. Let Bitcoin flourish. Even though I'm kind of hopping onto this
Y'all-
conspiracy that
y'all be
Bitcoin is a
trolling.
government. I think Bitcoin might be a government-made thing. I think it might be. Mitch, I think
What?
you've heard. I think
Listen,
you've heard
they
about.
They created a currency where they can track every transaction. What are you talking about? No way.
But it created other coin. I don't know. But like, Mitch, have you heard the Satoshi Nakamoto and like what like that means in Japanese and like?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of
that
different
whole thing.
stuff with that. I don't really put much weight into it because there's too many other reasons
What's more
in
real,
the
that or
Satoshi
reptilians?
in the Satoshi story. That there's too many other things that doesn't really add up to me. You know what I mean? We've gone through Adam Back on this show before, right? I'm pretty sure we have.
You might have. We might.
Yeah,
have
at least
glazed over.
Rob and I might have back in the day when we were
I've-
doing it more so.
I have no
But,
idea what you're talking about.
You don't remember Adam Back? He was the dude who we should. You know what? Fuck it. I didn't expect us to be talking about this anyway, so that's why.
Yeah, the person we really need to be talking to make Joey happy and to get real answers is probably
Oh, yeah,
Kurt,
Kurt. Yeah, that's
Kurt
right,
Wuckett.
Kurt.
Yeah, so we'll get him on eventually, and then we'll dive
Eventually,
in.
we'll get him on.
Okay,
Yeah, we have
so-
a list of so many goddamn people.
But check this out. Satoshi Nakamoto. In Japanese, Satoshi means clear thinking, quick-witted, wise, wisdom, or sense. So, in other words, intelligent.
Illumination.
Yeah, enlightenment, illumination, intelligent. And then Nakamoto means the middle or central, aka the Central Intelligence Agency.
No,
Mitch.
because you can
yeah,
read
that's
that.
too much of a jump, man. Because that
I'm not with that. That you
Central,
could easily
central wisdom.
listen. There's a lot of
Central
people.
wisdom from an illuminated source? You mean the Illuminati made fucking Bitcoin? No.
But I could also.
Yeah, like I
What?
fucking
We
sport
gotta
shit
look-
like that.
I could also read
We
this
got a
as there's a lot of
centralized
people.
illuminated
Hey,
source.
Rob. Guess what?
Oh,
I'm
he's
in the
one of them.
Illuminati,
He's
bro.
one of
I'm
them.
in the Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Yeah,
But look,
yeah.
the plain,
You're
plain meaning.
illuminated, Mitch.
I'm just
you got
saying,
illuminated.
plain meaning in
You
Japanese,
fucking glowy.
middle, central,
Mm-hmm.
and then clear thinking, quick-witted,
Okay,
wise. That's
stay
intelligence.
Stay right there. Don't move. Okay, because I could also interpret this another way. There's a lot of people out there who consider themselves to be nonpartisan, who want to, they're just truth seekers. Do you know what they call themselves? Enlightened centrists. There's enlightenment. They're central.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so we can make
Now
that
then,
leap too. It
so-
doesn't matter.
So I will say, if there is one coin that I think the Feds made, I think it's Monero. I love Monero, but
What about Libra?
Yeah, Libra. Yeah, no, that was the corporate coin. No, Monero is the one that is like completely anonymous and you can't track it at all, and it's very.
How would that be a Fed coin? That sounds better than Bitcoin.
Because
That's what I'm
then
saying.
you
I'm waiting
can
on the pitch here.
You can fund whatever you want in the dark, and there's no traceable activity of it.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, but like think about black operations that you could fund in places.
I understand that.
Why they got to be
That's what I'm
black
saying, Money.
operations? Jeez, Mitch. Jesus.
It's got to be those dark operations.
It's those
Oh, wait, no,
damn
that's even
jungle
worse.
operations.
I would have called them
Goddamn
light-skinned
darky
They
operations.
might have been light-skinned operations, but I don't know, dude.
No,
That's kinda
nobody
racist.
likes the light-skinned operation.
Listen, I think
Yeah.
Toothless is onto something here. It's the Zimbabwe operations.
The
Zimbabwe buck.
Yeah, goddamn Zimbabwe bucks.
I'm gonna give you $1 trillion and be like, yeah, Zimbabwe
Paper with
money.
a rock picture on it.
Yeah, bro.
Operations of color. I'm down for it.
Rainbow operations. I see you, Magoo.
I mean, you're not far. They are gonna have to start to say something like that in the future. You know, they're gonna have to be like, we're no longer thinking we're gonna call these black operations. They're gonna
Rob
be
thinks it's
operations.
never going to get better, and it's just going to get progressively worse until we die.
Yeah.
I hope it does.
It needs to collapse. It needs to hurry up already.
Yeah.
Slow death was always what we deserved. We weren't.
I
built
don't
for
want.
this.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't ask for this.
I hope technology keeps
Nobody
getting
asked
better.
for this.
I hope technology keeps getting better and our government keeps getting worse, so that it does accelerate. But we're comfortable. We're podcasting the entire time. I don't want to not.
Or we turn into fucking Judge Dredd.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to be Mad Max. Like the Empire Falling would be fun to watch and be a part of, but I don't want to do it uncomfortably. So
do you
help
want,
me God.
Do you want cyberpunk dystopia or like Fallout dystopia? That's what it sounds like.
The revolution will be streamed on Hulu for Rob's
Nuclear
preference.
holocaust or like technological holocaust. Your choice.
Oh, if I had to have the two, I'd probably say technological
holocaust, definitely. Nuclear, like I'm already like I planned for a seabird environment, but like that's not fun.
But Mitch has been training for a nuclear holocaust ever since New Vegas came out.
No. Trust me, I've been hedging my bets with the cyberpunk dystopia.
He has so many bottle caps.
Why do you think? Why do you think my not financial advice is cryptocurrency and metals?
Mm-hmm.
If crypto is good for cyberpunk dystopia and metals are good for Mad Max dystopia.
Yeah,
I don't know if they would be. I think guns and ammunition are going to be
guns and
far more
ammunition, of
valuable.
course, are valuable too. But unfortunately, I lost all of those.
Food goes bad. Listen,
Food
it's
matters
like
too, but it's.
But
as
you
far
gotta
as-
eat.
Yeah, of course, seeds matter.
You got to eat, but it's the old Bill Burr joke. It's like, I might be building up my farm and having all of my stuff and all this, but I'm just building it for the next guy to come and steal it if I don't have a gun.
Yeah.
Guys, what you're saying, you keep on saying or when I'm saying and.
You think it's going to be both?
No,
I mean,
I'm
he's
saying
right.
is-
It is and if you don't have the guns, you're gonna lose your food. If you don't have food, you ain't getting no fucking guns. You're gonna die.
Right on.
It is an and. I'll have to agree with Mitch. I hate me and Tim are both right and both wrong at the same time. It is Schrodinger's argument here.
I'm kind of deciding between an AK and an AR, and you guys need to talk.
Join the AK
AR.
Join the AK clan. Come on, Rob.
No, You want accuracy.
Go talk to the Hoppa Gun Club right now.
I want an AK. I think I want an AK.
Yes. You need to talk to me and
so
Steven.
dumb.
All right.
You've been hanging out with them
You're
damn
so
hippies
dumb.
too
You're
much.
like the Apple people of fucking gun people. You are the Apple people of gun people. I want an AK.
Well, we're a bunch
you
of
guys
Apple
are the
pickers.
Apple people of gun people.
Yo.
AK guys are the Apple guys of gun people.
You know, Barfo has a very good
Why
point.
not, bro?
AK
'Cause you-
has 7.62.
Because we don't do
IRs
super
for
chats yet,
5.56.
so your boy's not balling. That's why not both at this moment.
There you go.
It can only be one.
We gotta
AR is
we
good
gotta
for
get the super
5.56.
chats going so we can.
No, you're gonna go sit in your room.
AR for 5.56. AK for 7.62.
Tim was like, "No, you gotta leave."
Get out of here. Leave.
Yeah, teaching his daughter independence at a young age. I love that.
She's like, "Fuck off, Dad."
Listen, I love my kids, but God fucking damn it, dude.
Well, at least she can stay when she goes to school. When she goes
He
to
knows.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, she's homeschooled, right? You're gonna
Mhm.
homeschool her probably. Yeah. So never mind. When she's not gonna be able to tell
Oh,
the kids
and
anything.
there are rules to this shit. We got to do worksheets before we play games. She
Mhm.
asked, she's like, why do we have to do worksheets? Because I don't want you to be dumb. She's like, what? I was like, you'd be dumb if you play video games all day. And then she came back and she's like, what if I don't play video games, but I don't do worksheets? And I was like, you'd probably be really dumb. You probably won't know anything.
You're gonna play with rocks. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Are you gonna say, "What happens if I'm dumb?"
She's gonna go volunteer to be in Ukraine, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. What happens if I'm just dumb? Well, you can start a podcast. That's what
There you go.
can
Just talk
Hey.
do. There you go. All right. Now we got the chat talking guns.
Yeah, we'll let him go. But hey, something else that was brought up in
Not
chat
NATO
earlier.
7.62.
Something else that was brought up earlier that I want to get to. Somebody that we probably should have had on for tonight's show that I didn't think to reach out to, but would have.
He was in the middle of a thought. He was in the middle of a thought. He was about. He had a.
Man, we lost him.
Yeah, he had a video. He had a video queued up and everything too.
We got him in the buffer zone now. Oh no.
We'll wait. I think his daughter might have unplugged his Ethernet cable. Yeah, but he had a video ready to go and everything. Well, that's the show. No, I'm joking. I think during a civil war, let's just talk about just during a civil war until he comes back. He'll be right back. I think Tim is going to be selling bullets to both sides. That's what I think. He's going to be manufacturing and selling bullets to both sides, and I'll join him. I think he's got the right idea.
I mean, in a way, isn't that the libertarian perspective?
Yeah.
Yeah, either sell bullets to both sides or Boogaloo tour guide.
What are you gonna?
I'm Boogaloo tour guides.
What would you do for Boogaloo tour? How would you Boogaloo tour guide? What are you gonna do?
Look, we have to figure out what the Boogaloo looks like before I can show you what the tour looks like.
Why don't we have more Boogaloo boys tuning in? I don't understand.
Because a lot of them were feds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a ton of them.
Yeah.
There's so many fucking.
Like that guy we talked to in the line.
Oh yeah, the I'm so tired of playing defense guy. Yeah, him.
Yeah.
It's time to start a revolution.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that there's back buttons
Fucking
on my
Ray App,
mouse.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking dumb.
Oh, did you fidget and click on a button?
Yeah, I mean, there's like 10 buttons on this fucking mouse, and I hit the one that refreshes the screen or whatever.
We
But
figured you
anyway.
were teaching your daughter cabling at homeschool, and she took out your Ethernet cable.
Yeah.
No, that's not accurate. I have to know something to be able to teach it. All right. So anyway, somebody that we should have had on the show.
That's not good for your daughter.
No.
I'm fucking with you. Okay.
I know how to use the internet and to make money from it. So anyway, here we go. This is somebody we should have had on the show. But did you guys see this video? Do you know what this is?
No.
I've seen part of it. I saw it the first minute.
I've seen like a minute, yeah.
Okay, this is the full video. I pulled it from his timeline. You guys know what it is, so I'm gonna roll it.
Was this a guy that Rob, get the fart noise ready?
Wait, I guess we do need some setup, don't we? So he set the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire put out a tweet recently that said, the person who shot Kamala Harris would be a hero. something to that effect.
Mhm.
And that prompted this visit. They believe that Jeremy Kauffman was the one who sent it. I don't know if he's denying it or not, but they showed up at his house, and this was the interaction. They played this on PBD today. That's how I found out about it.
Hey, how can I help you?
Sorry.
Good timing. He sees him roll up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who are you?
Okay, he says he's with the FBI. Rob, I want you to pretend. I want you to pretend that you're
Pretend?
I want you to pretend that you're Jeremy's lawyer right now, and tell me if he interacts appropriately.
Can you give your full name, please? Is that sufficient to identify as the only one O'Donnell affiliated with the FBI?
In New Hampshire, yes.
Could you please state your full name, sir?
Could you please stop recording?
No. First Amendment right. What's your name, sir?
Could you stop recording?
Absolutely.
He wouldn't even tell him his name. He said, "Just please stop recording."
Absolutely not. You can show me your name and identification, or I'm going to go back inside my house.
Okay. I don't really want to broadcast my.
Oh, this is going out right after you guys walk away.
So that's why I'm not going to.
So you can show me your name or ID, you can walk away.
We just want to talk about something.
I'm not going to talk to people who claim to be federal agents unless they can show me identification.
You see our
You see my badge? Don't you see my badge? It's
Fuck off, Fed.
Halloween is in a month. Don't you see my badge?
Fuck off, Fed.
I need to see. Is your full name on that badge?
No.
I'd like to see something with your full name, or I'm not going to talk to you.
I prefer you not to broadcast it.
This will be going online as soon as you walk away.
Well, all I want to do is talk to you about a post that was made, and if you happen to be the one that made the
I want to talk to you about you guys coming here. Say you make a salary of, I don't know what, low 100K? You guys making six figures?
Here we go.
Factor in 50% expenses, overhead, maybe 100% expenses. Talking about burning a couple $100 an hour just here, let alone all the time you guys are spending to investigate something that you know is not against the law, right? Like you're familiar with. So then why would you come?
Why would you come?
No, you're coming because you're part of a regime that does this kind of thing when you know laws aren't being broken.
I'm gonna
That's
come.
an embarrassment, man. Didn't you guys read the Constitution? Do you not believe in America? Like, how do you do your jobs and go home?
We appreciate it.
You're walking away. Because nothing we did is against the law, and you guys are fuckheads that try to act like bullies. And I hope you go home and are embarrassed. You can't even say your name on camera because you know that what you're doing is embarrassing. You know Americans that believe in the Constitution think you're laughable. And you go home and you think about what you did today. Go home and think about it, you cowards. Drive away.
Let's go.
Drive away. You're not welcome.
You're not welcome.
You're not welcome.
He's walking up to him.
You guys are embarrassing.
He's getting the license plate, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, he's getting the license plate.
292-5231, baby.
Bye-bye, pussies. Get in your car and drive off. Go home. Fuck you, Feds.
Hey!
Hey!
Yeah.
Hate him or love him, Jeremy Kauffman is based as fuck.
I would retain Jeremy Kauffman for free.
If he would ever give you a chance again.
I will never fart noise him ever again.
All right, so you're Jeremy's lawyer. You know that was the FBI coming to question him about a Twitter post.
Yeah,
How'd he do?
I would say 9 out of 10 if he would
9
out of 10. I would say if he wouldn't have said about what we did, then I would have gave him a 10 out of 10. I wouldn't even admitted we did anything.
Okay.
10 out of 10. Okay, I'll give you there. That's a 9 out of 10 move.
Yeah. But I did jizz my pants, so we're gonna have to end this show pretty soon.
Normally can't stand him. Look, Jeremy, I remember when I read the original tweet. I saw it when it went out, and I showed it to Brandy, and I was like, "Ooh!" And she's like, she's like, "What's the problem?" I was like, "I mean, it's like right on the line. It's like it's very, very provocative."
Man, that is a good finger.
Oh,
right
even
there.
when I saw it, I was like, "Jeez."
He folds the thumb in too. He doesn't do he does this. He doesn't do the thumb out.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Fed. Like you can like seriously, you can have whatever opinion you want. Like the tweet in question I didn't find wholly tasteful, but like
Sure.
You can have your opinions on things and like, yeah, maybe distasteful, tasteful, however you want to put it.
Well, look,
but like,
he's technically
that is
not
how you act when you get feds at your door.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I think
why?
he's a real
Why?
one, dude.
Sorry,
He's
Tim.
a real. No, he's a real one. All I was gonna say is like, I don't even remember. Go ahead.
Why wouldn't they identify themselves? Right? Like they
Because they're
are
fucking
agents.
cowards. They're embarrassed. They know what they're there for. And
Right.
they know it's a fucking sham.
And they should have to identify themselves. That's what I'm saying. And then another thing is like we make police officers wear body cams. We would know a lot more fucking shit if we made FBI agents wear body cams. But national security, all this shit that's done under the guise of national security needs to fucking stop. So we need to put an end to that as citizens and say, you guys use that to protect your ass when you're doing fucked up shit. That's what you're doing. And they do it constantly. They've done it for decades, and we're tired of it. This is the shit that needs to happen. They need to be put on blast. Their names need to be found out, and they need to be ostracized.
I mean, they got their tag.
community.
They got their tag. That's not, from what I saw, that's not like a government tag, right? That was like his car.
No, it looks like it. I mean, no telling what kind of car is an FBI car. It's all blacked out. Look at the tint. It's all blacked out.
So I'm without giving away too much.
What, you're a Fed? What do you know?
All I'm saying is that there is, the reason my company is a DEI company is we have multiple federal contracts that we would like to keep because we make millions and millions of dollars.
You think it's a rental car?
I absolutely. I'm not saying it is a rental car. Yeah. I'm just saying that it looks like, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, and I'm a duck farmer, I might know a thing or two about ducks. I'm just saying.
But how common? Because every rental car that I've ever had has never been registered in the state that I've rented it from.
So let you. First off, there's a ton of rental cars that are registered in state. Like I would probably say of my fleet, and I have a pretty small fleet.
Because this is New Hampshire, yeah.
Yeah, I would say in my fleet, and I have a smaller fleet than most places do, but my fleet has probably about 60 to 70% of their cars are plated for in-state plates. On top of that, all it takes is one of these doofuses hitting us up and going, "Hey, we need one with an out-of-state plate." Like, I'm not going to say that rental car companies have contracts with like police agencies to rent them rental cars to use as undercover cars. I'm just saying that you may want to take a look when you see a PM sticker on the back of a Florida plate. That's all I'm saying.
Magoo is saying here, if you look up a federal tag, it doesn't show up.
Federal tags won't show up. That's why they rent.
I mean, how much is a background check? You could do a background check on this number right here. You could do that for like
that comes up
$15.
To like a Hertz or a budget or an Enterprise or something. It's gonna. Oh, it's owned by Enterprise. It's owned by Hertz. It's owned by Budget or Avis. Like, yeah, of course it is. These guys don't want to be out there. That's why they didn't care that he fucking filmed their car, because it's a rental car. They
did care that he filmed them because they didn't want to be on camera.
Yeah, they didn't want to be. They don't care if their fucking car's on camera. They don't give a shit. It's a rental car. They're gonna fucking take it back and go, "Hey, we're compromised. This car's compromised. You guys need to take it back."
Okay, so is it me, or in like a perfect like libertarian utopia? I like talking about this hypothetical shit. In a perfect libertarian utopia, would we allow the government to like have contracts like that with private companies, or
do we have a government?
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that's true. In a perfect libertarian utopia,
yes.
Yeah, but
yes,
let's
say we will have one.
Yeah.
I don't care what anarchists.
Yeah, you're
say.
gonna have a
There
government.
will be a government.
Tim, we're already closer to getting you to anarchism anyway. Now, Rob,
there's no, and then I guess you could reverse it and say, are we allowing companies to do contracts with the government? Because like obviously you would have to. But like to this extent, like
we're going
okay,
but super autistic.
This example right here, what I'm saying, like this example right here, where they're using it for undercover policing, I don't. That's a little suspect to me. I don't know.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
I don't like it, but I'll allow it.
I don't like it.
Listen, we're gonna get super autistic. You fucking goated me, Mitch. You goddamn goater. Okay, so Yes,
you want to go?
there's
You
good-
want to
there's
go?
good-
We can go.
Listen, anarchist Tim, I know you're closer to anarchism than ever.
What do you
We'll get
mean by
there.
anarchy? Because even in your anarchy utopia in Ancapistan, there is still a rule. There's still rules. There's still rulers. There's still people who enforce said rules. How is that not a government?
Because there's no central institution.
It's
man.
not central, but it might be state, it might be city, it might be town, it might be whatever. It might be your fucking neighborhood. It might be your goddamn house. In my house, I am the government.
Tim,
Tim's
you're
gonna
starting
sell
to sound like
cars
an
to
anarchist,
Enterprise.
bro.
Huh?
In your house, it's a dictatorship, and you're the dick, bro.
That's
yeah.
right.
Anarchism.
Okay, but my point is, well, like if
Tim's
you,
an anarchist.
like let's say we all lived
Rob,
on the
give me
same
like
block.
anarchism music we could play as he's talking.
Let's say we all lived in the
Sorry.
same cul-de-sac, right? We would come to a set of rules that we all agree to, and if one of us broke those rules, the other one would enforce our will upon that person. We would establish that government.
No, we wouldn't.
Yes, we would.
Tim, you're lying to yourself. We've been in the Libertarian Party for how long, and we've seen nobody ever enforce anything that they said they were going to?
Because Josh, the rules are the
rules
chair.
are for statists, and they're meant to be broken.
No. Rules are not for statists. Rules are for decent
statists.
people.
Rules are for statists.
No,
And
I don't agree
Keynesians.
with that. Here's a rule: don't fuck my daughter. That's a rule. You break that rule, I fucking kill you. How's that?
Well, she's like, she's like,
yeah, like
20
that
years
fucking.
old,
Like,
Okay,
yeah, okay.
so you're okay
Tim
with
going
the
full
rule.
Josh now.
You're okay with the rule.
Tim going full Josh now.
I don't think.
I don't think
Mitch-
that's a rule. Like, I don't think you're really following your rule. I'm following
I'm
my
not
own
e-
rule, which is
Rob,
don't
I'm
have
not even
sex
trying-
with children.
Yeah,
Like,
Rob,
that's my own rule. I'm gonna follow my own rule. I can be a dictator in my own world. You're not gonna dictate me. I'm gonna dictate myself. Fuck you.
I just want it to be known real quickly, Rob, before you say what you're about to say. I have no intentions of having an intellectual discussion right now in this mental state. I'm just here to goat Tim into screaming.
That's okay.
I don't
All
know
right,
how you
Webster.
did it because
Randy
I
will
don't
be
think,
here in 5 minutes.
I don't think it was warranted. So I think Mitch is in the right here. I think Tim just got angry out of nowhere.
I just like
Yeah.
to, are you not
Tim got
entertained?
mad. No, they're not. Rob's not entertained. I am. Mitch is.
I am an anarcho Tim Crosby.
There you go. There you go.
Anarcho Crosbyanism.
Yeah.
We got 21 people watching live. I know all y'all motherfuckers ain't subscribed to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel so we can get 600 subscribers.
I know everyone that's chatting is. What's up, y'all?
Yeah, everyone that's chatting. We got Grumpy,
Yeah.
we got Turtlenecks, we got Barfo, we got Charles is
Barfo.
new. Charles is new, I think.
Oh
I've
my God,
seen him
Charles!
around.
Hi.
And JC is in here. All the regular
Oh my God,
suspects.
JC! Hi.
Not even gonna mention you, Magoo or Joey.
I was gonna
God,
mention.
Magoo,
I was gonna
hi.
mention Magoo. I was gonna mention Magoo and Joey. I'm just gonna
Oh
say
my God, Joey! Hi.
if all these people are in a lineup, yeah, y'all are going to fucking jail.
All right, but how many are real
We're
ones?
They're all good. They're all real.
If you're reeling the show, especially if you're in this chat every single week. You're the realest of the real.
Mhm.
There ain't nobody realer than y'all.
And I will say, College Football Extravaganza had 11 people watching live last night, so that was good for the channel coming on here. So that was cool. That was cool.
Do you guys have something else that you want to talk about, or I got something?
Bring it up. I know Josh had one final thing on his show notes, pretty much just culture in the LP notes.
Yeah.
The culture and the open.
And
Do
Josh,
you guys-
Josh does have bones to pick.
Do you want to go first, Tim, or shall we get into the LP culture nonsense?
All right. So my thing is very
Real
swamp.
quick.
My thing is very swamp-like. So I
just
think
need
it would
call
be
a
good to
timeout
end
with
on
your
that.
daughter looking like the Grudge in the background.
It's the blurry,
I know.
to,
It's like
yeah.
I'm like waiting for her to like come out of her
Hang out in
TV
your
at
room.
me. Like I'm scared right
You want me
now.
to blow this up?
We protect minors here. They, can't have her face in there.
She wants me to blow up her heroin balloon.
Oh yeah, good Liberty Parent. That's
Is
what
that
I'm
a part of
talking
the?
about.
Is
That's
that a
our
part of
heritage.
tomorrow's lesson?
Don't worry about it, sir.
And
Listen, all I was gonna say, look, I'll let Josh take over and get into the drama, but my thing is much more swamp and so I think it's a good thing to end on. This is going to be a little more serious and a little more fiery. My thing is more fun. So go
Okay,
ahead.
that's fine. I was just gonna say, are you teaching your kids about the Afghanistan invasion by the U.S. and
I'm teaching
the
how many
heroin?
grams are in an ounce.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, honestly,
You got it.
honestly,
Conversion. That's important. There we go. We're teaching mathematics, boys.
all good stuff.
Look at her. Look at her. We got a little fucking John Nash out in the chat over here. This is great.
There you go.
All right, Josh, I'm gonna put you on center stage here.
Do you
buddy.
want me to ask questions? Because I've been
just go, buddy.
Go ahead,
Just
Tim.
go.
I love it when I like it when you play an interviewer. This is great.
Well, I honestly, I have been ignoring the conversation. I've gotten a few messages that said this, that, or the other. All I know is that there was an important vote at this most recent EC. What was that vote? How did it go? What do you think? That's where I'm at. So, Mitch, are you just as lost as I am, or do you know more?
I know a little bit more, but Josh,
I think you got in there last minute.
You talk to Josh. Don't talk to me because he was in the middle of the.
I thought you were going to say, "Don't talk to Rob."
I invited
all right.
Mitch into the meeting, so he should have been attending.
I tried to get in. I was sitting in the waiting room the whole time.
He came way too late.
Yeah, he came late.
Yeah,
did not come.
Some girls like that.
Anyway,
I didn't come.
Anyway, Josh, don't use me to dodge the question.
No, I'm not. I haven't asked a question yet because I just want to know how much you know. But as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Josh was the subject of said question, right? Of the question.
There
on
was
the table.
2 questions actually.
Oh, there's 2. Okay, so
there was
one. There was one vote that had to do with Josh specifically, correct?
Uno vote involving Josh. C.
Okay, so what was the other vote? Tell us the other vote.
It was a
wait. Which one came first? You or Karen Ann?
I forced the Karen Ann one to come first.
Okay. All right. So here's what I want to do. I want to ask Josh about the Karen Ann one, and then I'll ask Rob about the Josh one. That way we can get, the outside perspective looking in, and then we'll follow up. We'll do it that way. All right. So Josh, Karen Ann question. What was the question? What's up?
Karen Ann question. So there was a resolution put on the table to direct the Region 2 representative for the LNC to vote against any votes to remove Karen Ann from the LNC. And if he did not feel comfortable with that vote, that he would pass it along to the regional alternate to make the vote there. Now, that motion...
So the vote was for Florida to say remove Karen Ann.
No, the vote was to direct our regional rep to vote no on any motion to remove Karen Ann.
Oh, okay. So this was a supportive of Karen Ann. Okay.
Yes, we were in support of Karen Ann. So that motion failed. That motion
failed.
There's
okay.
It failed 8-8.
Oh, 8-8. Wait, Josh. Okay, so the chair traditionally in the LPF, if y'all don't know, is to abstain from voting so that they don't take a side one way or the other. Josh, did you take a side?
I expressly abstained in this instance here because I did not get to give my opinion, and as such, I didn't feel I was right for me to give my vote without explanation.
Especially when your head's on the chopping block for the next vote.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Let's get to the main event. I don't care.
His head was on the chopping block.
Because I want to address this because it keeps coming up. And, Josh and I have joked about it on the show before. And like, there's been a lot of people that wanted me to run for chair and to do all this kind of stuff. And I told them no for this exact reason, because I want to have an opinion. And I know Josh has an opinion, but he doesn't want to say it because he's either not allowed or he doesn't feel obligated to. You have to.
I wanted to give my opinion the entire time we were going.
Give it now. Give it now.
I was like, look, I want to speak on this. I had my hand up the entire time. Even I haven't said every time we would go root back around after somebody spoke, I would be like, hey, we're gonna take this person next, and then this person, and
He's
then
learned
maybe
from the best.
I would speak.
He learned from the best.
Maybe we'll vote. You're goddamn right.
Mitch got the reference.
You're goddamn right. So my opinion on the whole situation was that the motion to direct our regional rep was, I don't want to say redundant, but it was an impossible task. No matter what we do as an affiliate, The reality is our regional alignment is a 5-state region. So in a vote, even if Florida doesn't like something, if the other 4 or even 3 states vote against us, we're fucked. And the reality is, and me reading the room and knowing the other state chairs and knowing, I'm not saying I can read their minds, but giving a good idea, knowing them as well as I do, I knew what they were going to vote. And it didn't matter what we said to our regional rep. They were going to do what they were going to do. It's not going to affect us. Even if we expressly wanted to go somewhere that he did not want to. He could absolutely say that, hey, I got 3 of the 5 states at a minimum who want this to happen, and I'm sorry that you guys in Florida feel that way, and I get that you're a big affiliate, but I have to look at the other 3 states that could legitimately remove me if I don't vote the way they want, because you guys don't have the votes anyway if you guys want to remove me. And that's not to say...
And this was the problem that we brought up in Reno when we added the other states. As we said, Florida's losing influence. But
what? You mean nobody listened to me and then bad things happen? Holy shit. It's like I fucking can predict.
It's not that they listened to you. It was a good idea. Okay. It was a good idea to not include other states because it would have diluted the power and authority that Florida had. There are people that point at Florida and they say, oh, there's 5 or 6 members that are on the EC or whatever. So like, obviously they have undue influence already. No, we're handicapped in our region. And this is another example of that right now. People in Florida, how many times do I have to tell you? Get the fuck out of Region 2. I don't care if we're unrepresented or whatever. It doesn't matter. Look, we need to either have our own region or have control of said region or not be in it. Let me get this on
the record. I want to propose a solution to this. If whatever I need to do to influence this to happen,
we'll get to the Josh thing, Rob. Chill.
That's what I'm waiting
on. No. I'm smiling because I know what Josh is about to say, and we're going to make it happen.
Okay. So I have a plan, and this is the plan. And I want to sell it to the people in Florida here because there's another state involved. I'm going to sell it to them too.
Is it Arizona?
You're goddamn right. It's Arizona.
Of course it is. Okay.
Of course it's Arizona.
Okay.
So I want to take Florida out of Region 2. I want to take Arizona out of Region 1. I want to make Arizona and Florida the new Region 2 alone. But in order to do that, I need Florida and Arizona to collectively collect another 3% of the basic sustaining membership of the party. So, Floridians, if you're watching this and you're LP, I need your help. We need to up our membership to like 7%. We're at like 5.5. We need 7%.
How many members is that?
Who gives a fuck? The numbers are going to fluctuate constantly.
Is it 100? Is it 200?
You're talking numbers.
There's numbers involved. There's numbers. They're big numbers. They're great numbers. They're huge numbers, Tim.
Some people say the best numbers.
That's not good. Huge is not good.
I know. Okay, seriously, though.
You're dealing with a lot of people. A lot of people in Florida.
So on a serious note, I'm saying probably between both states, probably about 1,000 basic sustaining members. So that's 1,000 people. $25 before we get to before October 31st of 2025.
And
so October.
The percentage is, $25 a year or whatever is like the national fee, but they don't have to be registered with their state party. They just have to be registered nationally. That's the only thing that counts.
You can pay for people. You can literally buy everybody and their friends and family who live in the state of Florida or Arizona. Pay the $25, buy them a basic sustaining membership to the LP National. Up our fucking basic sustaining membership percentages. And as long as Arizona and the state of Florida can get their collective 10% between the two of us, we can say, fuck all of y'all. We can go alone on our own. And guess what? If we got good people in Florida, and I know there's good people in Arizona, and there's going to be good people in Arizona by the time we get to fucking Grand Rapids, that we can sit here and hold hands and make it to the finish line. Yeah, El Barfo, what's up, Tennessee? All right.
Listen, for real though, Tennessee can get the fuck out.
Y'all can. Like,
Barfo, I love you, but your state fucking sucks.
I love you.
You want to be a swamp creature? You want to be a desert rat? Those are your choices.
Hey, listen. I might have to. I might end up moving to Tennessee one day, so maybe we can make it a little less gay.
Hey, we can make it Tennessee less gay. I'm fine with that. But Arizona, Florida, that's the goal here. I want to get us both to a collective 10%. I want to pull Arizona out of the fucking crazy.
That's what he's
Region
hearing.
1.
That's what he's hearing. He's not even involved. Okay, cool.
I've now become a basic sustaining member of the LPF.
You
are
were
fucking
before?
welcome. Nope, I was not before. I was not.
What?
before.
You weren't a sustaining member of the LP?
Well,
LPF,
that's because
LPF.
I work for the LPF, and so I give my time. I don't give my money, but now I give my money and time, so that's fine.
Fuck off. I'm one of the biggest donors in the state party for the last fucking 4 years straight, and I give a fuck ton of time. Suck a dick and get
Oh, you just wait till I win
You
a
hear that?
ticket.
That's a
You just
flag.
wait till some old lady slips and falls on something that wasn't supposed to be there, and then y'all
I'm
gonna
gonna
get
be
a fuck
sucking
ton of
your
donations.
dick from the back, Rob, on your yacht.
Yeah, I love
All
it.
right, so
I'm gonna be like
all right,
fucking Rob Morgan over here.
all right. So we're derailing a little bit. So I'll course correct this for a second here. Okay, so the vote was whether or not to support a motion to remove Karen Ann, and how did the LPF end up voting on that?
So it was 8-8. Unfortunately, my tie breaking didn't come to pass because I expressly abstained right off the rip, right away.
I'm so
on purpose.
disappointed in you.
That's fine. If you're not
Okay.
going to let me state my opinion before I get the vote, I'm not going to vote. I'm sorry. Like, this was done on purpose. I did
You
it
could have
on purpose.
passed. You should have passed him.
Your vote is a statement. What are you talking about?
My vote. First off, considering that that half the EC wants me off right now.
We'll get there. We're not there yet.
That's where I want to get. That's the most interesting part
But
of the
why-
story.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me state my opinion here. Is
Okay.
that I thought I disagree with the motion. I would have advocated the vote no on this because it was redundant and dumb, and it doesn't actually do anything, and this is just political theater. But but this is a question of right and wrong, good and evil. And what is going on with Karen Ann, whether you like it or not, is wrong. If they're going, I can completely understand if you want to censure her, but to remove Karen Ann, which is what I understand,
And
is
they're
the
talking
ultimate goal.
and to clarify, they're talking about removing Karen Ann because she put Chase Oliver on the ballot over the state party's wishes to put RFK or whatever, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Not only.
Not only that, there's a lot of other things too, but like
What demeanor, fucking quorum or whatever? Decorum,
all the above.
All I'm going to
that.
say
Yeah,
is
go
that
ahead.
like there has to be a level of professionalism, and sometimes that is lacked. And this goes across the LNC. I'm not blaming Karen Ann. I'm not blaming anybody else. I'm saying there is a complete lack of professionalism on the LNC right now, completely across the board.
Sure.
But, you know, with Merriam-Webster here, interestingly enough, I would like to actually cite...
Are you talking about Mitch, or are you actually pulling up Merriam-Webster?
I'm pulling up Merriam.
I'll allow it.
Well, look, I'll just say, while you pull it up, I'll just say, fuck decorum, fuck the niceties. I would rather have realism than professionalism. I would.
I just found it
That's
ironic.
my preference. Yeah.
But
no.
if you, because I keep hearing about this about like the LNC is unprofessional. They're not professionals.
Yeah.
They don't act professionally.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something when you look up the Merriam-Webster, sorry, Mitch, definition of professional.
Yeah.
The
You're holding
first
that like a blunt, but it's a fucking vape. Anyway, go ahead.
I know. So the first definition is of relating to or a characteristic of a professional or for profession engaged in one of the learned professions or characterized by or conforming to the technical or ethical standards of a profession. That's what really people talk about when they say. But the second one is what I care about. Participating for gain or livelihood in an activity or field of endeavor often engaged in by amateurs. Now, I want to repeat that again.
I guess you like the amateurs. Yeah.
Participating for gain or livelihood in an activity or field of endeavor often engaged by amateurs.
Yep.
This is not a pastime.
Are you saying there's a lot of people that couldn't make it in the real world that have this false sense of power by gaining rank or status in the Libertarian Party? What are you talking about, Josh?
What I'm talking about is, we used to have a joke when I was in the Army, is that anything you get paid to do, you're a professional at. We used to joke about it. Like, in the Army, you're a professional pooper. Anytime you're pooping, you're getting paid to poop. You're a professional pooper. I'm cleaning guns. I'm a professional gun cleaner.
True. Yep.
Rob, how much have you gotten paid for your time on the LNC? Real quick. I'm waiting.
Look, Magoo has a point here. What does the Urban Dictionary say?
I don't give a fuck.
No, the Urban Dictionary says that anything you get paid for is a profession. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, there we go.
Yeah,
Urban Dictionary's backing me. Mitch, you look like you look like somebody who's worked with the LNC once or twice. Do you get a regular salary?
Not a regular salary, but Mitch has definitely been paid.
I have been paid, but not a regular salary. No.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I've done contracts.
But on a per contract basis.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a contract. We have one contracted professional on this show on a contract basis, and we have an amateur up here who does this for free as a pastime. This is not a professional board, guys. If you guys want professionalism from these fuckers on the LNC, you need to pay them. You want professionalism from me on the LPF board? You need to pay me. Otherwise, this is a fucking pastime, and you need to get over your fucking selves.
So if you were allowed to speak your mind during the conversation and the vote came down to you for a tiebreaker, how would you have voted?
I would have told them that Karen Ann is an amateur. You are not paying her for her time.
I would have loved to hear you say that, and then they have her reaction.
She would have hated it. But
I know. It'd be
Karen
great.
Ann is not a professional secretary for the LNC. She is an
Right.
amateur secretary who is passionately doing this because, she loves this party.
Clip
she
it.
Loves
We
liberty.
want her on the show. Go ahead.
She's doing this for the love of the game. We all are. This is
Mhm.
not a profession. This is a pastime. We
I
don't
agree
do
with
this because we're getting any kind of big bank. We're not working for a new contract. We do this for the fucking love of the game. Ironically, Nick Sarwark did make a single argument. We don't do this for money. If we were doing this for money, guess what? I wouldn't be the chair of Florida. Rob wouldn't be on the LNC. Mitch wouldn't be Mitch would be a staff member probably because he's fucking good at what he does. But I wouldn't be the chair. They would have voted on somebody that was a lot more professional, a lot more competent, and a lot more capable. So
There you go. How do you get the fireworks? How do you get the fireworks?
I gotta drop the beer and
There it is. There you go.
and then fireworks. It would have been great. Rob, he wouldn't be on the LNC. We'd be paying some doofus who is fucking half as good as Rob could be on his worst day to be on the LNC because he's professional. He won't say any bad words. He won't do anything offensive. We know he'll be. We know he's sanitary.
But
Listen,
we're building this to get paid though eventually. We're building this thing to be a machine.
No, we're building it for liberty, you idiot.
Yeah, well.
Fuck you commie. We gotta you do everything for free for the love of the party because everything for the good of the party.
I like
you
where
can't
we're at
get
right
paid.
Now.
Yeah, people don't like money in this party. Apparently, they don't.
They hate money. They're not capitalists. They're free marketers.
That's a good transition there. Okay, so yeah, I'm with you. I wouldn't have supported to remove Karen Ann. You need volunteers. The party's built on.
You don't have to deal with her shit every single day. But that's
You're
just
right.
you.
That's your problem. You knew
I don't
you were
give a
signing up
fuck.
for.
I don't give a fuck.
She was on my
dude.
credentials committee. You
Listen,
think I was
like
happy when she fucking forced her way on there? Hell no.
Like I said earlier, I'd rather have realism over professionalism any fucking day.
It's not about being real. It's just
she's real. She's exactly who she is. And whether or not you want to agree with her on her final stance or whatever, that's the position that she believes in. And everybody knew that going in, that she was a party first person, that she was going to do whatever was best for the party. And the party chose to have Chase Oliver. So that's who she supported on the fucking ballot. And she was going to go to any length to make that happen. You knew that when you voted her in.
And
dilatory, Tim.
No, if you want to screen, if you want to make those points, I'm going to say the party didn't vote to have Chase Oliver, and he did. No, because the delegates that were allowed on there.
I'm sorry. What was the final result?
Tim, Tim,
Tim, you
Rob
kind of
finish.
screamed
Rob
at
finish.
me,
I
so
wanna
let
hear-
me
I
make
wanna
my
hear
point.
Go ahead.
The delegates that were allowed to be on the floor at the
Mm-hmm.
LNC, half of them shouldn't have been in there from 3 states because they weren't the elected people at the state state
As
party.
the Credentials Committee
in
chair, I
this one,
highly
no, shut up, Josh,
disagree with
because
this opinion.
Josh is responsible for this because he allowed people to be on the floor that shouldn't have been on the
Okay.
floor. See
So-
them all. See them all was chanted, and it shouldn't have been adhered to. These people are not the people. Who
Y'all
were
should have
elected.
brought more people to
These
see them
people
all.
are not the
Y'all should have
people
brought
who
more
were
people to see them all.
Josh, let me fucking talk, dude. These people were not the fucking people who were elected at the state level. The Mises Caucus should have showed up. They should have showed up
You're right. They
in more
should've.
number. But you know what? Just because they don't doesn't mean that people can just force their way who
Listen.
are sitting in Michigan to be in fucking Washington. That doesn't make any
Half the
fucking
Michigan
sense,
people
bud.
were Mises people. Holy shit!
Listen,
No,
hold
but
on.
no,
I should have
but
thrown
like
out that. I should have thrown out
said
that
them.
whole fucking
They
delegate.
played-
I
Not
really should have thrown out.
No, no,
the
but
delegate.
no, but this
I
all
should have
goes
thrown
to
out every
this
single
all.
one of them.
No,
JJ,
let me finish.
Terry made a great argument.
No,
for
no, you got to
all of
talk.
them.
You guys both got to talk. Let
Go
me
ahead,
finish.
go ahead.
Josh allowed these people in. They're not.
Excuse me, I'm talking
nope,
here.
Nope. They're not the people that should have been on there. And that's why if you go take a look at that memo states exactly what should happen. That vote should
Okay,
be
Vicky
disregarded,
Guerrero.
and any vote that falls within the margin should be disregarded. And secondly, Chase had over 300 no votes against him, the most of all
Yes.
time. So this is not the candidate that anyone wants. And then Karen Ann, unilaterally, as a member of the National Party, goes and fucks with Colorado's autonomy and says that's our candidate. I'm putting him on there unilaterally. That's not something that she can do. She's not a member. She's not a board member of the state of Colorado at all. And then everything else with Karen Ann, it's just absolutely recalculous how she's been acting over the
It's
last
what?
couple months.
What? What's the word? Recalculate.
She's out of her
Hold
fucking
up,
mind, and
hold
if you had to deal with her emails every single
Hey,
day, you'd
I'm
want her
gonna-
off the board too.
We're all
I'm gonna
heated
say-
here.
Real quickly.
No, I'm having a great time.
Real quickly, we need to add recalculous to the Urban Dictionary if it isn't already on there.
Fake electors, ballot
shared-
rigging,
I shared that, yeah.
exceptional faggotry, all of it. I agree,
All right,
Magoo.
All right.
you've had your say. I got a lot to say, but I'm not going to say it. Mitch has been quiet. Mitch has been quiet. I want him to weigh in. So
Mitch.
go ahead.
Let's go.
I am so goddamn sick of all this stupid gay ass LP, all this stupid shit. My whole thing has been I just want to ride out the election until
don't get-
November and then go from there.
Get fireworks.
I am so fucking sick of all this I've been waiting for Josh to get to the main event in his story here. And
We're getting there.
please
What
tell
is double? Oh, it rains.
It rains. Oh, okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yo, it rains. This is great. Yeah.
I'm honestly just kind of sick of a lot of the bullshit with this.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
don't want to sneak in the last word, but I will. They played the game and they lost. That's what happened in DC. They played the game and they lost.
We
And
played
you know
the
what?
game and we lost, and it was definitely done by shiesty means.
You know
but
what,
you can't unfuck the pig. It's already been fucked.
Yeah, one last thing.
You know what I mean?
On the LPF.
I'll let you have the last word. Go ahead.
One last thing on the LPF vote for Karen Ann. I had to like fight for this vote to get failed because it was 8-8. Like if I wouldn't have shown up, it would have passed. The guy who is the region rep is sitting on Jonathan McGee. He is sitting on the investigation committee. So for us to direct him in any sort of way, if Karen Ann wants to say, I was acting in capacity as a member of the Colorado, well, he's acting in capacity as a member of the fucking investigative board, not Region 2. So suck a dick.
All I'm gonna say, we'll end with this before we move along to the juicy juice, is that I don't really care if Colorado asks for this from their regional reps or not. Fuck you guys. Figure out your own fucking problems in your own god-awful fucking lesser state and fucking stop getting Florida and the rest of the fucking country involved in your fucking bullshit. Figure it the fuck out, Hannah. Stop fucking around. Get it figured out. Be a fucking man, not a woman.
Okay, so I think we can end it there. Okay, so rhetoric like that is a good transition to our other vote. So Rob, we're gonna shift the
Yes, the main
attention to
event.
you.
Let's get to the main event.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the main event here. So there was a very controversial vote What was the vote? How was it decided? Give us the rundown. If you want to provide a little lead up, go ahead. But it's on you, Rob. What's happened?
On
I
me.
got a couple messages. I mean, it's on you to tell the story because I don't want to tell the story because I wasn't directly involved. I just got outside feedback about what was happening. So all I know, it was the vote that was basically something about Josh.
You're gonna let me set this up? Okay.
Yeah.
So
You do a great job.
Josh is surprisingly all for Karen Ann when he unilaterally made this decision to sign the the Libertarian Party of Florida onto the joint fundraising committee, which is why Karen Ann's going so fucking insane. But he decided that we should get some of this money too, because all we have to do is just sit back and get the money for signing our names onto it, which is that so fucking bad, you guys?
So there was a deal. So there was
ask?
I'm going to try to keep us on somewhat of a coherent track here. So there was a deal
think I'm
with the
fine.
RFK campaign that we would help fundraise and we would get a portion of said money.
No, we don't have to help fundraise shit. We just
don't have to do anything. We just got to sign our name to
We
it.
basically were a funnel.
Yeah, we just sign our name to it, and any
All right.
organization that signs its name to it, we get the LNC gets 10%, and then we get a cut of that.
What is the cut? What is the cut to Florida? Because Florida is the only state that
10%.
matters.
So 10% of our max out campaigns for every max out donor. So essentially the state of Florida, every max out donor that the Kennedy campaign was able to recruit and get to donate would have gotten $1,000. Just for reference.
A max out is $10,000.
Yeah. So just to give some people some reference here.
So if they gave $100, we'd get $1?
Yeah.
Okay. So 1%. Yeah.
It's always going to be the 10%. So if they gave $100, no, actually we would have gotten 10 of those dollars.
That's what I was going to say. 1 or 10. Yeah.
10.
Okay.
So just to put things in perspective here, let's say hypothetically we got the same thing that Colorado got because they signed on to. They got $26,000. And let's say we only got it because that was a July payout. Let's say we got July, August, September, October. Only 4 months.
It's 100,000. Yeah.
It's 108,000, Tim. Don't shortchange the ladies and gentlemen on the
taxes.
No taxes. $108,000. What that means is that I could have taken $80,000 out of that. I could have given $40,000 to our federal congressional candidate in the state of Florida. I can give another $40,000 to a senator candidate running against fucking goofy ass fucking Rick Scott and the other fucking loser fucking Democrat in this god awful state.
We're getting back in the weeds here, but that's why you supported the deal because it would have been free, easy money. You supported
easy money.
You supported this deal, and because of that, they had what vote?
So Josh did this, and it's controversial because So here's the background for me. A lot of us here in Florida are Mises Caucus, and Mises Caucus is split on the JFC. However, I was porn.
Don't worry about it. That's just for later. Don't worry about it.
I heard porn. You can't slide that one past
No
me.
one else heard it. Just us.
I heard it.
Anyway, we should have had the numbers to make this thing happen, but we didn't here in Florida because people are absolutely insane. And they want to stick to their principles for a candidate who is not principled, in my opinion. Yeah, so Josh did this unilaterally, and the rules committee and some people in the exec board got together and said, "Rules, come up with a ruling." And rules said what Josh did was against the bylaws, and but they actually said
standing rules, just the standing rules, less than Ronner.
Hang on, but they also said that it was illegal. And they're not lawyers. I don't know what I have respect for the two people who sat on that committee, but I don't.
Are you talking about the LPF rules committee or the LNC?
LPF rules committee?
Okay.
Got together and they said that it was against the standing rules, which is debatable. Which Josh got advice on in prior years, saying that it wasn't against the rules to do unilateral actions. And then another thing, they said it was the JFC itself was illegal, which is. Hell, it's not even close to wrong. It's just incorrect.
Very wrong.
And they're not attorneys who sit on that board. So the next meeting, I'm going to come talk to them. I respect them, but I'm going to come talk to them.
As we've learned in court, I don't know shit about law, but I know that there's nothing illegal going on there.
So
Okay.
there's not.
You know, the will of the members doesn't matter, as we've talked about very, very often. Anyway, go ahead. So, all right. So Josh did this deal. There was a lot of people on the board who disagreed with the deal, and yeah, there was a lot of people that disagreed with the deal, and there was a vote of no confidence against Josh, basically.
Yes.
Now-
Because Josh said, if you don't agree with me, then hold a vote of no confidence, and I will resign immediately if it passes.
I did.
Is that,
I
is
said
that what you said during the meeting?
No, that's what he said before.
I
that
said that.
prompted.
I said that
the-
for several times leading up to not only this
Well,
meeting.
I
but
know
the
you've
meeting
said
before.
before, if you don't like it, remove me. I know you've said that before.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I didn't know that it was like that strong. Like, here's the way to remove me if you
Tim,
don't like it.
let me put it. Let me give you a different. Let me give you a different perspective here, real quick.
Yeah.
I wish you would have been here. Nobody wanted to second the motion to make the vote of no confidence, so I voted to have the second for the vote of no confidence. Like literally, Matt was like, "What?" And I because I passed the gavel to my vice chair, and he was like, "Wait, you're seconding?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's get it. Let's move it along." Like
It was a
everybody wants to do
long
this, so-
pause. It was a long pause.
Listen,
Oh yeah,
I really wish
I
I
gave
could.
everybody a
I
chance.
really wish I could
Gave
have
people a
heard
chance.
that.
Nobody wanted to be that one.
Listen,
Nobody wanted to be that.
This is why, you know, despite I say it all the time, and I was thinking about this the other day. I say it a lot that you and I have a lot of disagreements, and I think we do all the time, but I don't think it's like very public anymore. So I need to stop saying that so much. But this is one of the reasons why I love Josh. Like, there's a lot of people who are listening to this right now, or who are going to watch this later, who are going to be like, you know, like, we wanted to vote against Josh or whatever, and they have their own reasons. This is one of the reasons why I love Josh, because he's actually a real person. And whether you agree with him or disagree with him, he's a real guy. And it's that street shit that comes out every once in a while. That's like, hey man, you want to get rid of me? Here I am, bitch. Let's go.
I gave everybody every opportunity. They had every chance.
And look, and to those people that are listening right now, you guys say that you want to replace him and that you want to do his job and you want to take his spot, or he doesn't deserve to be there, or you could do it better, or whatever. He said, take the first shot. You're still the chair, aren't you?
Look, all you gotta do is tell me y'all lack confidence in me. Like I said in the meeting, I don't want to be
on.
somewhere I am not wanted. If y'all don't
And
want
this
me,
is-
I'll leave.
And this
I'll
is
go
why
where I'm wanted.
this is why my advice was just to wait it out. Just like, look, if you're not happy, you know, say that you're not happy, but if you're gonna take a shot at the king, you better not miss.
No, funny enough, the mover of the motion, the original mover, even like admitted during debate that like I can see reading the room that this is not going to pass, and then read me the riot act.
What? Okay. So there was a vote of no confidence. I'm sorry to cut you off, Rob, but I had some shit to get off my chest there. Anyway, I heard there was a vote of no confidence. It obviously didn't pass. What was the conversation and what was the final vote? That's what I need to know.
Your boy, Josh. Tell him
Your boy. Your boy.
Tell him
Is
your
it
boy
is it
came to
Rob
bat
your
for you.
boy? Is Rob my boy?
Tell him your boy came to bat for
Dushane
you.
Gillis is my boy.
Oh,
Shout out to
okay.
Dushane Gillis.
Dushane
That's
Gillis.
my man.
It could have been Dushane Gillis there. I mean,
It could have
honestly.
been Dushane. Like
What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened?
I went. Well, on both votes, I went off.
Rob went off. Like Rob went hard in the paint.
Go ahead. Tell us what happened. What was the conversation? What was the final verdict?
Do you want me to do it, or you want Josh to do it?
I want you to do it because
Rob,
Josh
you
is
do
the
it.
subject.
You want me to interlude? I can, but give him the story.
ahead.
You tell a good story.
So I think I was the first speaker against the motion, and basically I said, so you know, there was some gray area. Basically, Josh had been told that he could do something like this as acting chair, and let's say that you know this did go through and we did sign on to it. The consequences of this would have been that we potentially could have been $108,000 richer.
Oh no!
Yeah, and then you know I basically called anyone who thinks that we should remove Josh asinine. I said, look, this is asinine that we're even talking about this. I understand that Josh shouldn't take unilateral actions.
Right.
for the without the board's consent, and this is a controversial topic, but overall the consequence of it would have been a huge benefit for the party. And as I was in support of the JFC, you guys are dumb for not being on the JFC. You're dumb for this, and we need to reinstate, or not reinstate, but vote down this vote of no confidence, pretty much.
How did it end? What was the total vote?
Only 3 people voted against Josh, I think.
Wow. I'll ask you off air who those 3 people were, but that's crazy.
Mm.
Yeah.
let me put things
Yeah.
into perspective, Tim, just to
Yeah.
give you another.
Was it a roll call vote?
It was absolutely. I made
Oh,
sure it was a roll call vote. I ain't
shit.
fucking around. This is politics. I want to make sure I got my
Public
fucking
information.
later.
Josh
Yeah, you
also
gotta
said I'm
know.
not his friend. I also said I was Josh's friend. Josh then said at the end, he was like, "No, you have no friends in politics."
There's no friends. No, I love all of y'all. Like,
You're
and
kind
that
of
was what I
true
was saying.
though.
He's right. Yeah.
Like, there is no friends. Like, look, I love Michael Heiss. Michael Heiss hasn't talked to me in over a year, and I respect that. Like, he's mad. Like, I get it. Like, this is politics. Like, look, we were on opposite sides. I get it. I respect it. Like, look, I worked with the Mike Termott campaign. Mike came out in my defense. He actually emailed the entire LPF EC as a former LPF member and was like, look, this is dumb. I've gone to war with Josh before. I'm going to go to war with Josh again. Whatever he did, while you may find it controversial, I understand it. I may have not made the same decision he did, but like he told the LNC, I respect the decision you made, and making hard decisions is part of being a leader. And unfortunately, sometimes you have to make decisions that are unpopular.
Talk about hard decisions. Dude fucking joined up with Chase. Anyway.
On top of that, he was like, this is dumb. Vote no. And, there was a decent amount of LPF members who were like, look, I don't agree with what Josh did. I think it was dumb. And it's self-admittedly, I've said this publicly. Maybe I made the wrong decision not getting the LPF's vote first. I'll admit, maybe I moved a little too quick. I was telling everybody patience, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. I went a little too quick. That's
But
all
also,
me.
you had a reason. You had a reason to move quick because
I had 26,000 reasons to move quick. I'm sorry. Like, I was not going to miss that July payout. They were offering the July payout if I could sign that quick. I was like, July payout? How much? They were telling me 26. That was 160% more than they told me. Holy fuck.
So I remember at the time when you signed the deal, everybody was pissed off about it. And not everybody, but you know what I mean.
Everybody.
A lot of people were pissed off.
How about I'll phrase it this way?
There were a lot of haters, a ton of haters, all the
I'll
haters.
phrase it this way: autistic retards within the Libertarian Party who care so much about all the little shit going on as compared to the bigger picture of everything going on.
Don't say retard, Mitch. That offends some people.
No, I don't give a shit.
I really do not give a fuck.
All right,
that's an inside joke for elected members.
We'll get to your question, El Barfo. But the thing I told everybody at the time was, if you're mad at Josh because he did it unilaterally, admonish him for that. Like, go ahead and call him out for that. But if you would have done the same thing, you're just mad that he did it behind your back, fucking deal with it later. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. And I think like the vote of no confidence kind of shows that that's where most people were, because if they truly believed that there was no confidence in the chair, they would have voted that you did the wrong thing. But what they're saying by not voting no confidence is you did the right thing. We're just a little butthurt that you didn't ask us first.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Like I said, hey, like I'm not going to do anything without going through the EC anymore. Like, hey, it's not worth my time. Like, I made a leadership decision in the heat of the moment.
I do have a lot. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I had 26,000 reasons to put my name on that document. I did it. People weren't happy. They rescinded it. It is what it is. But I just want to say, by rescinding it, it shows me that I did have the authority to do it. And thank you for making my point that I did have the authority to do it in the first place. I appreciate that by rescinding it. Thank you.
Yeah. And that's what I said in the first place when we were all talking about this. I'm like, I mean, legally speaking, he's an elected agent of the party, and like he's acting with apparent authority and what do you call it? He's acting with both of the authorities. That
I mean, that's why you elect
agreement.
people to be chair. That's why you have leaders, people who are going to make decisions in a split second that you can trust.
Right. And now whether
this is also why democracy is fucking gay.
Again,
Agreed.
Like,
but like Josh could have then like sent a motion and said, "Hey, we need to ratify this because I took this action," and then
Right,
we could have
right.
ratified it. It would have been okay.
Look.
And the standing rules need to change.
Mistakes were made. Question that I actually had too that I'm glad El Barfo asked. Did we get the 26K?
Oh, fuck no.
No. No. I'm so mad. That was what made me
So
even more
why
upset. I was like,
why didn't
10K,
we get
oh
that?
no, 26K. Because we rescinded it almost immediately after I sent it in. The JFC wasn't going to pay us out. They were going to keep that money for themselves.
So we didn't. So that's what I wanted clarification on. We didn't lose the money because
Kennedy got it. We benefited the Kennedy campaign because guess what? All that money got washed back to the Kennedys.
What I'm saying is we didn't lose the money because RFK sided with Trump. We lost the money because the LPF shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they wanted us to not bid. Like the whole thing was like we're giving money to the opponent. No, he's giving money to us, more money than he's getting. Like in the long run, and then we rescinded it. So it's exactly what Josh said. That money went to him. So they just gave him $26K.
Yeah.
Our EC benefited the Kennedy campaign inadvertently.
Yeah. Yeah,
Through
they got to keep their money. Yep.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we're talking about the same people who kept on saying the Mises Caucus is going to take over the party and help Trump, just to then nominate someone who is doing nothing but helping Trump.
Yeah, you're right, Barfo. You're right.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. I got to piss real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah.
If you were, I don't know if you got to be in the space that we had when we did the Swamp Creatures Mises Caucus joint space on X, but just a little fun fact is that through various sources that, you know, a lot of different people have, I came to find out that the Kennedy campaign at the time that I had signed on to that JFC had over 200 max donors who had not maxed out their donations lined up ready to go to donate to the Kennedy campaign. 200 times 1,000. I want you to do the math real quick.
Is that 200,000?
200 times 1,000. What's the math on that?
200,000. Duh.
No, we don't do math. But like, regardless of the number, it's
gay.
One of the biggest moves that the LP has made in decades, and it's not being accepted with open arms, and it's being denied via principled argument. This is money that we can put towards. It's not even principled because this is money we can put towards the party, towards our candidates. It's just ridiculous. They're turning this down. Angela's doing a great job. I understand why the Mises Caucus board didn't take a stance on this. They felt that there was something in the contract that could leave them liable or holding the bag, and they've been in litigation for a few years now, so they're just trying to avoid litigation at this point. But I looked at the contract. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll go back and reread it. I don't see like pros and cons of it. I really don't see how we would have been that liable.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that I think are just like scared to take any action. Like especially these old guard people. They like really don't want to do anything because they're afraid of the consequences. And I think there's a different generation of the party now that is like, you know, let's fuck around and find out. But then like there's other people who are swayed by the old guard. They're like, well, they have the experience. They respect the prestige, and so their votes are swayed that way.
Experience.
I see like all
losing.
of it. No, like they experience
Basically, yeah, being a bunch of fucking losers.
Yes,
Loser brigade.
but no, what I'm saying is like they've experienced the litigation. That's why they're afraid of it. But I'm with the rest of you. I think we just fuck around and find out. Like, let's sign the deal.
What are we gonna do? Keep fucking running away from litigation so we never fucking be anything?
Exactly.
God
exactly.
damn, politics is all about litigation. Stop being scared of going to court, boys and girls. This is what it is. Get comfortable being in a courtroom. Rob is. I'm comfortable. I've been to enough courtrooms where I'm comfortable sitting behind that bench. It's okay. Don't be scared. Get a lawyer, go to church, say a prayer. It's okay.
And listen, people need to realize too, like what's the worst thing that happens? They bankrupt the official organization, the Libertarian Party of Florida. It disaffiliates and we rebuild it again.
Look, Red Lobster
went bankrupt and came
back. Red Lobster went bankrupt. It's still here.
Right.
If Red Lobster go bankrupt, so can we.
Yeah. We bankrupt, then we come back with biscuits.
Biscuits, Cheddar Bay biscuits.
We come
That's
back
the
with
new
Cheddar
LP
Bay
move.
biscuits.
Infinity.
Yep. So ultimately, I'm glad Josh is back on. Wish we could sign back on to the JFC, but it's too late now.
Too late to do a motion. to
Lost out
reconsider.
on at least $26,000. Who is that? $108,000 real? Would we have gotten that? Do you think?
I can't say for certain, Rob. I'm just saying that if we averaged 26,000 like we did in July through August, September, and October, my math comes out to $108,000, and that's a huge breakdown for our federal candidates. If I can't give it to any of the state level, fuck. What can I do with the federal guys? Holy shit!
I'm just gonna say that in the grand scheme of things, I get so mad about this kind of stuff, but it really does not matter. None of this actually matters. None of what we do at the state or federal level is ever gonna matter if we don't put big things like this into motion.
Do you know what really matters?
Let's see it.
This is what really matters.
Pornhub traffic down 14.8% during the presidential
Rob's
debate.
Wi-Fi went down.
Yeah. By the way,
Rob, they called you out. They said your Wi-Fi went down.
No. You know what?
Yeah.
And you know what? You know
Rob's
what?
Wi-Fi went down. They know what it is.
You know what? Screw PPD. I put in a job application. I put in a job application for them.
Keep doing it, Pat.
They did not even want an interview.
I don't blame them.
They're lost.
We're gonna keep going because yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna restart. I just thought that was
Should
funny
tell
right there.
Shane Gillis to apply. He might get the job.
That's right.
Yeah, Duchesne would get it.
Pornhub traffic down 14.8% during the presidential
Rob's
debate.
Wi-Fi went down.
Yeah. By the way, when they put this data up, you know what else they put up? States with the biggest drop. Okay. States with the biggest drop and states that didn't move at all. So if you look at this list, okay, go to the bottom. This is Pornhub during
This is an official graphic that they put out. That Pornhub put
Hell
out.
yeah. Pornhub wants you to know how they did during the fucking debate.
I want to watch.
Everybody watching.
I'm curious.
Keep going. No, keep going. I'm curious now. Keep it moving.
Put this up.
Did the search term Haitian spike at all?
I don't know. You could look it up.
What if
Oh,
Florida
by the way,
looked
what a
like?
great
Zoom
thing
in.
for Pornhub to put up.
Down
so
20,
here's
12%.
14.8.
You're not going to hear this on mainstream media,
but
guys.
watch
I'm letting
this
you know
here.
right
But
now.
watch this here. This is the funniest part about this, to see what states had the biggest drop off, which means it tells you which states are more concerned about who's going to be their president, and which states are like, I don't really could care less.
I'm going to keep going for it. Yeah.
So let's go
They're
through,
going for
Rob.
it.
First, go with the drop off. Zoom in a little bit to the bottom. Okay, and go to the left. Yeah, the ones on the left is what we want to look at first. Yeah, kind of hide the other ones on the right if you could.
Yeah.
There you go. Maryland are the ones most focused. They went
Makes sense. They're
1
right
out of
next to
4.
DC. This affects
dropped
them. They're in the DMV.
Pornhub
I get
dropped.
it.
So what you're looking at here is a list of the average compared to what it was on debate night. So Maryland down 23%, Wisconsin down 22%. Where are you from? Michigan? It's not on here. All right, so you weren't in the top half of states. You made it, Mitch.
Not worth the time.
Yeah.
I want to note New Hampshire is way down. Maybe they stopped jerking.
New
the
Hampshire's 18.9% negative traffic. Yeah.
All these states suck.
Yeah, that's
Maryland, Delaware, Wisconsin. Oh yeah, Florida's not on this list. Yep.
All these
Y'all are
states
trash.
suck.
If y'all heard your name, you're trash.
Yep. All right, we'll keep going.
Delaware is next. Look at him. And Biden's people are like, look, we got to see what's going on here. Maybe it's like 5 people living there and one of them didn't watch. So it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Then you have Wisconsin, Rhode Island, Connecticut. By the way, all that area is very nervous. They're so look at Vermont, Massachusetts.
They're worried.
Are you in New Hampshire? Is that not weird that all the guys on the Northeast
Michigan
are
is on the
freaking out?
Michigan, 14%.
Mitch, were you done jerking the gherkin on debate night?
I think he was with us.
No, I was with you guys.
Yeah, he wasn't jerking the gherkin, but he's
Then
in
you have
Florida
Washington, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, Alaska, Oklahoma,
All right.
Wyoming, Maine,
get to the pluses.
Louisiana, Nevada,
there's
Colorado,
no pluses.
Illinois, Michigan. Now go to the right side. Watch this. People at Tennessee, Jersey. So now Tennessee's around the
Florida down 12%. Traffic
And we
on
contributed.
Down 12%.
We contributed.
Yeah,
to
we
that
helped.
12%.
Double digits.
same average as national. California, Bama, Florida, Dakota, Oregon, or Georgia, Iowa. Now look at all the way in the bottom.
Missouri don't give a fuck.
Bro, Missouri, West Virginia, South Carolina, DC.
DC was like, we're done. We live here. It's okay. This is our home.
It don't matter who wins. We're still
No.
jerking it.
Yeah, we're still jerking the gherkin.
We're with the cool states, but I feel good about being up top in the cool states. The bottom of the cool states is pretty rough, dude. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty rough statistic right there.
What's that?
Oh man.
What'd you say? What was
I said I'm glad we're on the cool state side, but
okay.
I'm glad we're on like near the top.
Oh, we're at the top. Yeah.
Yeah, because the bottom is like real rough. Like West Virginia, Missouri, they just
New Mexico, Ohio, that fake ass state. Come on.
Yeah.
DC doesn't count. DC doesn't count.
Yeah, DC's not a real fucking. That's not a state. That's a fucking.
And you know
we're
they're-
right in line with Alabama. How does that make you feel?
Well, I'm right here on the line.
know.
We're the same people. We're the same people, so it makes sense.
Which
to
is
play.
in line with California. Just saying.
Yeah.
Which is in line with New Jersey.
Hey, what's up, Jersey Caucus?
Oh boy.
Bama, Florida, Dakota, Oregon, or Georgia, Iowa. Now look at all the way in the bottom. Missouri's like, I could care less. West Virginia is like, what debate? Okay.
Oh, who's on the TV?
South.
I'm gonna
But look at
garage.
DC. Even DC, these guys, they're about to hire their next boss.
Wow.
They're like, look,
Billy
who
Duke gives a
cares,
damn.
guys?
I'm not
We
gonna put
know
this
what's
down.
really going on.
That's
We're
so
still
funny.
How are you processing these states, Pat? Because I have some opinions.
I know what you're gonna say. I know
What am I
you're
gonna say?
You're gonna say blue state watches.
Well, I'm just. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
Go
no,
make
you
it- no.
No, Pat,
Tell us, because I
don't
know
wanna
where you're
come
going.
first. You go.
Go ahead, Hanson.
Rob and I have had conversation. I'm going to kind of blow up our spot a little bit, but we believe that Adam is the Mitch of the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Which one is Adam? He's the.
This
I'm
guy.
trying to
This guy.
press play. Go on.
He's the guy that's always on the like, Democrat side.
Why would I be on the Democrat side?
Faggy artist. Anyway.
So go ahead.
No,
Go
no,
make
you
it.
go.
No.
Democrats,
Tell us, because
I
I know
wanna
where you're
come
going.
first. You go.
No, go ahead, Hanson. Go ahead. What's your point?
Well, if you go down there,
I know where he's
I don't
gonna-
want to. Rob, can I see the states,
I
please?
hate myself.
Most of the
already.
states are already. It's decided. We know that Missouri's going red. We know that West Virginia is one of the reddest states in the country. South Carolina, Lindsey Graham out there hanging out with his man friends out there. He ain't watching this thing. DC, interesting.
DC's
Because you would
blue.
see that they would be
Exactly.
enthralled in this,
Yeah.
but like we already know that we're going blue. We're going with Kamala. Ohio's going red. JD Vance, we know that. New Mexico. Here's where it gets weird. Arizona. You figured they would be at full attention, no pun intended, with what's going on in the election. So that's interesting right there. We know New York's going blue, despite Trump saying that he's potentially win. But most of these states, with the exception of Georgia right there, it's sort of already determined. So it just goes to show that no matter what, you know how they say you can always tell when a recession is coming? Seriously.
So what he's saying there, this is why we say that you're the Adam of the podcast, is because he just goes on fucking tangent sometimes, and you're like, what the hell is he trying to say? What he's trying to say there is one side of the map is decided and the other side of the map is undecided. Okay, so I'm trying to roll back so that we can see those two sides, and I wanted to kind of get your take on it. But buffering, gay, all that stuff. Yeah. Also, he retorts himself to be this lady man or whatever. That's another reason. Anyway, here we go. So this left side of the map is supposed to be the decided votes. So like Maryland, Delaware, Wisconsin, Rhode Island, Connecticut, all the way down to Michigan. You kind of know where those states are going to line up on the electoral map. The right side, or no, I have it backwards. These are the undecideds, I guess, and then the decideds are on the right. I don't think that makes sense. Now that I'm looking at this map, it doesn't really make sense.
Delaware's going blue. Rhode Island's going blue. Connecticut's going blue. Vermont's going blue. Massachusetts going blue.
New Hampshire's going blue. All these fucking states, dude.
Yeah, Washington's going blue. Minnesota's
Is there a state on the left that's going red? Alaska, maybe.
No, but here's the thing about
Oklahoma?
this. Here's the thing about this.
Wyoming.
It doesn't matter because like I watched the debates and then jerked off. I don't like it's. They
why
still
not
jerked
both,
off.
says Rob.
Yeah, why not both? Like they
Why not?
still. they still watched. They just watched it after or before they got it in. So this
Yeah.
doesn't even matter. It's a fun. It would be fun to see if it correlates at all.
Yeah, we'll have to revisit this map.
That's
Anyway,
what I'm saying. Is like, what were the searches after the debate?
Okay, so we're gonna go to trends.google.com.
They were probably trans immigrant searches because I know I couldn't
word
get
are we
that out of
looking
my
for?
head for a
Asian?
week.
Is
They're
that what
turning
word
the
we're looking
they're
for?
taking the immigrants.
Oh!
They're turning them trans. They're turning the
Why
immigrants
is there
trans.
a dead zone?
And Haitians?
Yeah, between
There's-
September 17th.
Well, if you ask
Okay,
a
but
lot
that's
of
Probably because
that's
there
the
was a
middle of
lot
the
of
night.
shit going on
Hold
in
that's the
Haiti,
middle-
and
that's the
then
middle of the night. We need like the past 30
oh,
days.
because people fell asleep.
Yeah. Okay. Whoa, that is a good spike, though. That is a good
Wow.
spike. So the debate was September 11th, right? God.
September
No,
10th.
10th.
Yeah.
10th. Okay, so on the 10th it was at 39, and then it jumped to 100. This is like a percentile or whatever, whatever. So 5, 22, 39, 100. So it definitely spiked because of the debate. Here's a 90-day window. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Is that what you wanted to know, Mitch?
I was more so wondering the porn statistics, but I guess that sort of helps.
Okay, we could do porn.
Hey,
No, I meant like
pretty steady.
pretty steady.
Pretty steady.
You know, it goes in waves.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Looks like that's a daytime nighttime graph.
Well, it's day to day. It seems like you know what? It seems like about every payday, we're back on Pornhub. Maybe every weekend on weekend spikes is what this might seem like.
Who's paying?
No, I think it's a weekend spike. I think it's weekend spike.
Oh, you guys are
Weekend
treating.
spike.
They're treating themselves.
Oh yeah, the two-a-days are hitting on the weekends, boys. You got time now.
That's good for them for not doing it during the week, though. That's good.
It is kind of crazy that somebody mentioned it earlier. I'm not going to look who it was, but it's funny that Pornhub tracks this, how traffic is affected by presidential debates. Isn't that funny? And then they put out a graphic.
Yeah,
I was do that shit for like the Super Bowl, any big
Yeah.
like sporting, like any big event. They do that just to like show how powerful Pornhub is as a website.
Yeah,
and
I
a
want to
domain.
be. I want to work for that department. They're like, like that statistic department where they're like, look at what we did. We affected. They're affecting us so much. That's a good department to work for.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, they said that about there was a question. You remember PlayStation 2? There was a question why PlayStation 2 went with Blu-ray or something like that.
PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3 went with Blu-ray. Yeah. There was I remember because I was working at GameStop when PlayStation 3 came out. I was wrong. It's 3, not 2. But anyway, there was a big discussion about PlayStation went with Blu-ray, and I remember at the time everybody was saying they should have went with HD because that's where porn went. And they were like, that decided the market. It was like porn has that much power.
Yeah.
They're the reason why HD video was successful and not Blu-ray.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
The Blu-ray player could still play those things.
Yeah. It was better. It was a truly superior product.
It really was.
Because the porn industry went towards HD instead, it became the more popular platform.
Yeah.
But is that really how it went? Because it seems like Blu-ray is still around.
Oh, it's around, but it doesn't matter. How many porns do you see in Blu-ray?
I don't know, man. I remember back in the day at FYE, they had that whole section in the back.
Uh-huh.
We'd have to go look again. I'm sure
It's
there's
still
gotta
there.
be some Blu-ray.
It's still there. Nobody's buying shit from it.
Yeah.
You'd be amazed.
I'm gonna need to buy a PlayStation 3 now.
It was actually better.
I remember in high school I went and I just grabbed a random movie from out of there just to see what they had, for research purposes.
Sure.
And it was a film called Anyone You Can Do, I Can Do Better.
Whoa.
Okay. Anyway, it seems like a good way to transition to some butt plugs.
There you go.
All right, Tim, you like getting pegged. Take it away.
Oh,
Like Anyway, Josh, what's up?
I'm plugging things. JoshuaHalafka.com. Hit the donate button on that site. LPF.org. Keep donating to them. LP.org. Go sign up if you live in Florida or Arizona. Be a basic sustaining member. Donate your $25 so we can get that percentage up and get that 2-state region going on. And then otherwise, guys, we'll see. I'll see you next week, I guess.
All right, Rob, what you got?
College football extravaganza on this network on Mondays. Just set your notification bell for it if you like college football. We're here doing a live college football podcast. We're going to have call-ins and whatnot. Probably next week we'll have call-ins and shit. So tune into that. And then I got a show tomorrow, improv show in Pensacola. I got a show in Foley, Alabama on the 20th, so this Friday. And then next month on the 18th, I'll be in New Orleans doing the Everything's Funny podcast, doing a comedy set there. So New Orleans people, Louisiana, I'm coming. I'm going to come.
All right, Mitch, what do you got?
Yeah, go follow me on X, Twitter, whatever the fuck we're calling it now at this point. At
Merriam-Webster. All right, go ahead. Oh, sorry.
At Mitch Connor J-Lo, and go tweet your angry things involving the dictionary at Webster for me.
There you go.
1776 swag is
There it
under
is.
construction right now, so
Whoa.
go check out the Proud Libertarian, where I have some of my designs up there. Good guy. They got good stuff on there in general, so shout out to Daniel and what he's doing over there, and thank you for letting me put my shit on there for the time being.
There you go. Be sure to join the Discord. Link is down there in the description. That's where we're going to post all of the upcoming stuff. We share a lot of memes, news stories. We talk a lot of shit to each other. It's a great time. You should come hang out. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe and join the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs. Why? Because it's the next milestone. That's why. Just fucking do it. Anyway, share it out to everybody, and anywhere that you want to be, we are. And it's at Real Swampcast. You'll be able to find us there. Apparently, there's a vice presidential debate.
When?
October 1st.
There it is, October 1st. Yeah.
Let's
I knew
do
one
it,
of y'all
boys.
shared it.
Bonus
Yeah.
episode.
Couch fucker.
Yeah, so that's 2 weeks from now.
We're gonna
First
finally
home
get
drinker.
to settle Tim's true love. What's more? What should people prefer more, the couch fucking or the?
I said what's
guzzling?
more respectable. Yeah.
Couch fucking.
Mitch, there's a lot of Chase Oliver stuff on here.
On
Proud
what?
Libertarian tries to sell to everyone, buddy. He's a lot like
He's
myself.
a proud libertarian.
Yeah.
It's pride. What did you think?
Duh.
If you go under, there's different contributors to the site. It's either under 1776 swag or the Libertarian Frontier. He better have fucking changed that. Let me check that out.
Anyway,
Looks like the party of West Virginia party.
We're gonna be here next Tuesday. We're working on some really exciting guests, so be sure you're tuned in for those. That'll be on Tuesday. The following Tuesday, I guess, is the vice presidential debate. We do need to squeeze in some extra episodes. We keep losing them. You know, at the 100th episode, we talked about 8. I think right now we need about 10 or 11 extra episodes. So those will be coming here real soon. There's a lot of guests that we want to get that say they can't do it on Tuesday. So we're going to figure out something. There's going to be some surprise shows. And again, the only way you're going to get that is if you join the Discord. Link in the description. Anyway, we'll see y'all next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.